Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday, right? We're on Saturday. Ranting Monkey, did you see that Razor Fist's last stream got struck? I did not. That sucks. The one that we was just doing tonight? That wasn't my opening. It wasn't meant to be, but Mata just mentioned that. And no, I did not see that. I hope it gets overturned and cleared up quickly. I like Razor Fist. And one, you know me, I'm a free speech guy. I don't want to see anybody getting struck, but especially him. I mean, he's a good content creator. If you're not watching him, you should be. Oh man, guys, I don't have the short thing that I do for you at the beginning of the shows. I didn't find a short article to talk about because I was watching Bill Maher. I haven't watched a full show of Bill Maher in a long time, but I do follow him on the YouTubes and on Twitter. And on Twitter, he put up one tonight. One of his new rules. His new rule was that if you're going to dig up stuff people did in the 70s, you have to dress like they did back in the 70s. That's not funny, Bill. The bit itself was actually kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to go, Bill sucks all the time. I'm not as big a fan as I used to be, but he can still be funny. He just sometimes isn't, especially when he's just sucking up to Democrats. If you guys want to watch the actual video, I just threw the link. It's not going to let me throw the link in this way. God damn it. Why do they do that to me? Son of a bitch. Oh, well, it's over on Twitter. You can watch it, or I'm sure they'll put it up on HBO or on HBO's YouTube channel. Here's the thing. I don't disagree with what he said. I don't. He was talking about something we've talked about on Lords of the Night, about people digging up shit from years and years and years ago. Probably the dumbest example was when somebody dug up a Playboy interview from 1971 with John Wayne and like, oh my God, look how he talked about women and minorities. John Wayne's dead. And they went and dug up fucking almost 50-year-old bullshit. What is it? 70s? Yeah, almost 50 years old. And they dug this shit up so that they could besmirch a dead man. Why? Because John Wayne is seen as masculine, and we can't have anything masculine nice, right? Shroom says he didn't say that when Trump's grab him by the pussy tape was released. Oh, there's even more. He didn't say, you know what he didn't mention during this? Let's talk about this for a minute. Jeffrey Epstein, the guy who's being tried for, what is it? It's not for having sex with minors this time. It's for kidnapping them. It's not shit. I forget. Trafficking. That's the word. Well, there's a lawsuit going on from one of the girls that Epstein raped, and she is suing Epstein's fixer, some other chick. I don't remember their names, but there's big news out there about it today. So in the information dump that came today, Donald Trump back in 2000. It was either 2000 or 2010. I can't remember which, but take your pick. Let's go 2010, just in case I can't remember, or in case my memory's wrong. We'll do it the shortest one. A decade ago, was on a plane with Jeffrey, and the girl even says Donald Trump never did anything with anyone. The only thing he did was say that hit on me a little bit, or compliment me, flirt. That's the actual word she used. He flirted with me a little bit. That was it. Did you hear Bill Maher in that little thing go, look, he didn't do anything, and it was years and years ago, so let's just ignore that? Nope. No. Nah. Not with Donald Trump, man. We can't do that. We can't do that with Donald Trump or Republicans. Because that was my first thought when I saw this. I'm like, Bill, they've been doing this to Republicans forever. Now, the only reason Bill cares is because Biden is getting an ass whipping for some of the stuff he's done in the past. The being nice to segregationists, which, by the way, he was working with them. That he wasn't a complete shitbag to them all the time is just called decorum, for fuck's sake. But the Democrats have been doing this to the other side for decades. But even worse, they've been treating themselves or treating each other like shit during primaries for decades. All they've done now is take the same tactics that they've been using against Republicans and start using them against Democrats, specifically looking up stupid things that they may have said in the past. For example, one of the ones that he uses in his little speech there was Kirsten Gillibrand going back and talking about an article that Biden had wrote, where in Kirsten's telling of it, Biden was saying women shouldn't work outside the home, which is absolutely not what he fucking said. It's not even close to what he fucking said. He was arguing that wealthy people shouldn't get a tax credit for their child care because they were wealthy enough to pay for it themselves. That was what his argument was. And Kirsten Gillibrand digs that up. And goes, he doesn't think women should work outside the home. God, she's a moron. But he didn't specifically bring up. It was funny. He he specifically mentioned Gillibrand doing this. And then he starts talking about Kamala. Before that, he'd already talked about busing, about how, why are you bringing up busing? And he actually says, nobody even knows what the busing thing is. Yeah, because that's not taught in schools, you dumb fuck. But he never mentions that Kamala is one of the people who went after Biden. Instead, what he tells us is that Kamala used to be against marijuana, but now she's for it. And the only thing that matters is that she's for it. Like, time out. It's really weird that you didn't point out that old Kamala, that Camel Toe herself, was doing this. Huh. I'm sure that was just an oversight that he didn't point out the whole busing thing came from her. How you doing, Jack?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm okay. We're here talking about Bill Maher's little video he put up on his new rule that basically is Democrats shouldn't attack each other for things they said a long time ago. Now, I will say this. As you're watching it, he makes a lot of good points. He really does. If you apply them to everyone. And he's kind of makes it vague enough that it sounds like that's what he's talking about, but then he always keeps coming back to fucking Biden. Real quick, thank you, Captain Jack, who says, if you can dream about it, you can wake up in a cold sweat screaming about it. Thank you so much, sir. All hail the glow cloud. He points out something we pointed out many times. When you're trying to judge people by the past, you can't hold them to today's standards. When you're judging what they did a long time ago, you can't judge them by today's standards. There's a whole lot of people who live in the South right now who hate slavery, rightfully so, right?
Yeah.
Hate slavery. 200 years ago, they wouldn't have had a problem with it. If they lived in the same place they do now, they would have grown up with slavery as a normal thing, and they wouldn't have had a problem with it. Or the vast majority of them wouldn't. Because that's just how things were at the time. Now, Bill does say something that pissed me off in this realm.
What? No.
He's talking about, he said the first abolitionist movement in the Americas was started in 1775. I don't know if that's true or not. But then he goes on to say that there were only 24 people in it. I'm like, okay. And he goes, nobody before this had a problem with slavery. I'm like, back up. No. There were people that had a problem before that. Were there a lot of them? Probably not. Was it a big majority? Absolutely not. But the idea that 1775 was the first time anybody in the colonies had a problem with slavery is just wrong. That's just wrong. But that's what happens if you get a history lesson from a comedian on a dumbass site.
Yeah.
Everyone says it's buffering. That's not me. That's coming from YouTube side, guys.
Yeah, well, there were a lot of like fundamentalist religious groups like the Puritans and the Quakers that were opposed to slavery.
Yeah.
I don't know if those two specifically, but cults like that, sects rather, whatever. Um, they were really opposed to slavery, and they were some of the loudest advocates for abolitionism. I mean, they spread that message all over the place. There was even a black preacher in Kansas who almost got murdered because he was anti-slavery, and he had a growing congregation, and that's
Yeah.
why Kansas was even admitted to the Union as an anti-slavery state. They had to fill out a bunch of paperwork and stuff saying slavery would be abolished before they could even be in the Union. So that whole region was very anti-slavery.
I would like to thank Stargazer Nuts, who's pimping us out there. Yeah, guys, if you can throw some shekels at us over on the Streamlabs, that is always preferred. But we'll take any of your donations as well as your likes and shares, and of course, following Jack over on his channels, all of which are linked below. Check them out. It was just a weird thing to watch because I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. There, he was going to come in there and he was going to say the right things. He was going to say, "Look, we can't judge people by their past," which is true. He actually had a really good line there where he said, Democrats seem to believe in evolution except in people. I'm like, ooh, that's a good line. But why do you only mean it for the Democrats? Why that? Because that's my problem with it. That was my problem, was that he specifically structured this towards them going after Biden for what he used to do, which is fine. I mean, what they're doing to Biden in that way is douchey. But why don't you care when they do it to other people? Like I said, they dug up fucking a Playboy interview from 1971 about a dead guy.
Yeah, that was pretty pathetic.
So they could besmirch John Wayne, for fuck's sake. Why? Bill didn't say a fucking thing then. If anything, if there was ever a point to stop and go, wait a minute, we are going way too far with this shit. It's when you're digging up the words of a dead man to make him look worse. What the fuck were you doing? What were you doing then, Bill? Were you a little busy that day with your head up your ass? Were you praying to Al Sharpton because you once said, what do you say, house nigger? That was the one that got him in trouble.
Yeah, well, he said it about himself too.
Mm-hmm.
So
he was making a dumb joke, and oh my god, I got to go apologize to all the black people.
Yeah, the ambassador of blackness, Ice Cube.
Bill Maher. Bill Maher. No matter what I've thought of him, he used to always be at least the guy for free speech. You know what? He would stand up for anybody for free speech until it came time for him. Until it came time for him to go, look, guys, I just made a dumb joke. It's just a dumb joke.
Yeah,
get over it.
I could accept that as a one-off because, I mean, everybody makes mistakes. And, apologizing can be a mistake sometimes. But he's consistently been caving to the social justice mobs over the last couple of years. And it's really sad because people are really just getting entrenched in their goofball beliefs. And that's, you can believe whatever you want, but I don't know. He seems to be just caving on his own principles.
Real quick, thank you, Captain Jack Brackle of Gulf City again. Talk to your kids about the birds and bees. Never look directly at the birds, you should say to them. And bees, don't get me started. Thank you so much, sir.
You gotta watch them bees, man. They move around quick.
Bees are assholes. I still think Bill can be funny. Even with his little thing tonight, he had a couple of good one-liners and stuff in there. But yeah, he's just gone so far fucking left to the point where even with free, even if you go, look, I'm sorry if that offended you. I have no problem with him saying that, but I shouldn't have said that. That was horrible. I should never use that word. Oh, fuck yourself, Bill.
Yeah, you're roboting a bit there.
Sorry about that, guys. I am as good as I can get. Sorry. So
I don't like that we can't adjust the bandwidth on this.
Yeah.
Because once you start doing something, you won't know, and then you can't do anything about it. That's frustrating.
Well, I also don't have anything else going on in the background. So it's if that's happening. Oh, wait, what time is it? Do I have any? I got to check Steam, make sure nothing's downloading. Nope, it isn't. So, I don't know what's going on with it. It's probably just my internet dipping for a bit.
Yeah, mine does that a lot.
Yeah, it happens. Bill's right though in the overall, because he said in there, they treat it like a mic drop moment, and they do. Thank you, Duck Dog, who says, remember, flies spread disease, so keep yours closed. Indeed. Or at least, use condoms, dude. Use rubbers. Nobody says rubbers anymore. Whoops.
There's a lot of good vernacular that's gone kind of the wayside.
Rubbers, I always hated the sound of that. Rubbers, like,
That's what my grandma used to call the boots that you'd put over your shoes.
Yeah, those are rubbers.
That and galoshes. And galoshes sounds way dirtier now that I'm an adult.
You're not wrong. Thank you, James Colley, who says, Jack, it's auto-tune, you robot Nazi. Thank you so much there. I wish we could get away from the idea that people can't change. And in politics, look, let's be honest. In politics, a lot of the time the change is because, that if I don't say this, I'm not going to get reelected. Like, I don't for a minute believe that Barack Obama actually changed his opinion of gay marriage.
No.
I think he either lied in the beginning or lied when he changed his mind.
Most politicians bend with the wind anyway. It's hard to tell if they even have genuine stances.
I don't think most of them do. I really don't. And sometimes that's for the good. I have no problem with gay marriage. Fine, do it. But Tulsi Gabbard has been getting shit about her gay marriage stance. You know what Bill Maher didn't bring up during his little speech tonight? Tulsi Gabbard's opinion on gay marriage, which she's changed. He did bring up Barack Obama changing his mind on gay marriage, which is kind of weird because he was talking about how these Democrats are attacking things for old opinions they had. So it's like, Conservative Californians asking about why it's called Monkey in the Morning. Well, it's like this. It's morning somewhere, and here it's 3:00 in the morning. The name of the show is just Monkey in the Morning, and it can appear at any time of day.
Yeah, so, monkey in the random part of day didn't sound quite as good.
Indeed, yeah, it's just the name of the show. It was odd to me that he didn't bring up Tulsi Gabbard's gay marriage thing, but he did bring up Barack Obama's. Isn't that kind of? And he did it because he wanted to point out that Joe Biden helped change Barack's mind. Okay, but you actually have that literal example going on right now in this election, and you didn't take the time to, maybe mention that one. It was almost like it was coming off as an ad for Joe Biden.
Well, would you be surprised?
Well, not just Joe Biden, because he also, like I think I was talking about this just as you were coming in, even though he brought up busing, he did not mention that Kamala Harris brought that up. And he did talk about not judging Kamala Harris because she used to be against pot. Conservative California said gay marriage stance irrelevant. Honestly, it is. It is.
Yeah, I have real problems to deal with. I don't care who's banging who.
As long as you're legal, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to watch you make out anybody, and I don't care who you're sticking your wiener in. I don't want to hear about it.
Yep.
Or you're rubbing your clam against, whatever you do, or whatever other third appendage people have now. I don't care.
If I want to see people having sex, I'll watch porn.
Yeah. And then I can watch whatever freaky weird shit I want, right. Tentacles and whatnot. And I don't know. People focus on all these like random social issues that I don't have time to care about. I got to worry about eating. I got to worry about shelter. I got all these real world problems to deal with. I got my own relationships I got to handle. I don't care of what other people are doing. I don't think the government should be involved in marriages at all, because that's when they start sticking their fingers in everything like this.
Red Hawk says, "Hey, Monkey, I'm just starting the second half of my split shift, and here you are. Thank you for your inconsistent schedule. Thank you for listening."
You're welcome.
You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome that I am the least professional monkey on the internet. Conservative Californian follows up. It's irrelevant since it's legal, though I'm not in full support. No, what we're talking about here when we say irrelevant, and what I think you're probably getting at, is it doesn't fucking matter. Which is why it was so weird in the first debate when the one question they directed at Tulsi Gabbard was, "What about your stance on gay marriage back in the day?" And she's like, I changed my mind on it.
Yeah, people are allowed to do that.
No, not her.
She can change my mind, if you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. She is a beautiful woman. I didn't like that she'd gotten rid of the gray streak in the second debate.
I know it was very concealed. It was still there if you saw it from certain angles, but it was like she died over it. I don't think she should have done that either. I like the gray streak.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, she's a hot chick. She's only 38 too.
That's probably why she got rid of it, or is trying to hide it. She's using that shampoo that slowly washes it out. But no, again, Bill, this is my fucking Bill. You're a shill now. That's what you are. You're a fucking shill.
He's sold out.
And we saw that with you defending Biden here. But when given the example, the fucking example you used, you didn't use the person that it was used against in this election. They brought it up against Tulsi Gabbard, and you didn't say fuck all about it, because all you were doing was sucking up to the biggest Democrat who you think is going to be the next presidential candidate, and probably he thinks president.
Yeah. Oh man, I am going to laugh so hard if Trump wins re-election.
Like I said, right now it's a toss-up in my mind. I'm not sure he could win if it was held right now. But
yeah, I don't know. But I'll laugh. It'll be funny.
Oh fuck, man! If he wins again, I might actually die laughing.
I know. I might pee myself, but it would be worth it. Sometimes you got to do things that are comedic in nature, and watching Trump win again would.
Oh fuck!
Watching the meltdown, like the last inauguration. Oh,
it'll be glorious.
Yeah, and so many of my stupid friends will melt down, and I might actually log into Facebook just to watch the meltdowns.
Oh my God. Over on Twitter, Kathy retweeted us and said, "Always a good show, perfect for anyone with ADHD."
Well, not wrong.
Not wrong. Yeah, that's probably should be our moniker.
Yeah, we are kind of all over the place.
I fucking love that. That's beautiful. Now I have to retweet that.
I want to completely change the topic here for a second. I was over on Creepy Little Book watching his stream, and that guy's really fun. He does a lot of conspiracy theory stuff and cryptozoology stuff like that. They're talking about Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
They started out talking about Mothman for about 5 minutes, and then they are on to Tangent Land, and they're slowly like. He gets them back on track for a minute and then off again, and they're off for like way longer than they're on. I can't keep up with that. At least when we do it, we stay off topic for a really long time.
Captain Jack, thank you so much. Who says, "All hail God Emperor Trump." Yeah, man, if he wins, it'll be glorious. Real quick, and Kathy also says, is being very kind to us. The inconsistent schedule is amazing because you go live right at the time of the week. My coworkers are especially stupid, and you and your co-host make my week bearable again. Thank you for those kind words, and thank you so much for watching.
We try to be entertaining. Doesn't always work, but
I entertain myself and hopefully everyone else.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun being on here. So.
Yeah, me too. It's such a random show.
Yeah, I used to want to be a radio DJ for
me too.
A couple years, and that seems like so restrictive now because now podcasting has allowed you to do swearing and all that other stuff. You can talk about whatever you want. There's no commercial breaks unless you want them to be. It's great.
Well, in a lot of ways, I mean, Howard Stern did as much of that as you could on radio.
Yeah,
he broke the mold to shit. I mean. It used to be you were a disc jockey, and Howard Stern had more of an AM radio kind of talk show thing going on with sex, and some of the stuff he did was amazing, and he deserves all credit for that. But it was still such a limiting platform. He couldn't say pussy on the radio.
Not if he wanted to keep his job.
Right.
But nowadays, man, if I was 20 years younger, I would just do this full time, find a way to do it.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm old and have like all sorts of issues and grown up shit to do.
Well, see, I'm old and crippled, and there's nothing else I can do. So it worked out well for me.
That's true. That's true.
I'm here by divine intervention. God wanted me to be here. No.
Well, everybody's got their calling.
Yeah. Look, this is the kind of stuff I wanted to do. There were several things I wanted to do as a kid. I wanted to be a psychologist for a while.
I thought about that until I dated one. And no thanks. I have enough problems. I'm crazy enough.
Well, everybody I know used to always bring their problems to me. I'm like, well, shit, man, I'm apparently a good listener, and I seem to give decent advice. And then I saw, I got to go to school for how long?
Yeah, no shit.
No, I'm good. But the other jobs I wanted, okay, this was the evolution of my job aspirations when I was a kid. When people ask me what I wanted to be when I grow up, when I was little, I wanted to be Batman. That is fact. I didn't want to be a fireman. I didn't want to be an astronaut. I wanted to be Batman because Batman was fucking cool.
Go big or go home.
Right. And everybody I know is like, I wanted to be a veterinarian. Like, you didn't want to be Batman?
Yeah, being a veterinarian would be fun till you had to put an animal down. Fuck that. You handle sick animals all day. No, I want to be one of those people that works at like the pet shelter that gets to play with the dogs and cats. Like, who's your good boy? You know.
No, I wanted to be a veterinarian, or a Batman, and then I wanted to be a lawyer. And then I found out what kind of arguing they actually do. I'm like, that's boring as fuck.
Yeah, being a lawyer would blow.
Thank you so much, James Colley, who says, Jack, incoming.
Thank you, James Colley, on the Streamlabs. How many kids with ADD does it take to change a light bulb? Hey, let's go ride our bikes.
Well played indeed.
I actually was at work one time. Me and my brother worked at the same place for a hot minute, and there was this dude. They called him Jimmy Neutron because he was a boy genius. And he was actually explaining how he got diagnosed with ADHD. He's like, yeah, they say I have ADHD, but I don't believe them. You know, sometimes, hey, look, a bird. And he pointed randomly off to a bird that was up in the warehouse rafters. And we're like, yeah, you do have ADHD, dumbass.
Let's see what else. I wanted to be a football player. I'm actually pretty good at football.
Oh, really?
Well, used to be before I got all crooked. And the other thing, I wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
Yeah, comedian always seemed like a cool job, but I don't really like crowds.
I don't mind crowds, and I like being the center of attention.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot better with like public speaking over the years, but I still don't like all those people judging me because I know that they're judging me harshly and probably legitimately deserved. And I considered going into like life coaching, but I give terrible advice and nobody should ever listen to my opinion. Like, if I tell you to do something, I'm probably just enabling your bad behavior because I think it's funny.
Well, there's two different Franks when it comes to that. There's the radio voice you're hearing now. Let's be funny, and then there's the do you want serious advice? And I give good serious advice because either I or people I know have fucked up real bad, and I actually learn lessons from things. That's where wisdom comes from. People is either fucking up yourself or watching other people fuck up.
Oh yeah,
and learning from it.
I know a lot about relationships from watching all my friends ruin theirs.
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably 80% of my male friends have been divorced at least once, and probably 3/4 of them are on 2 or 3. I got one friend; he's on his 6th marriage.
Jesus Christ!
And I'm like, dude, just give up, okay? Just give up on marriage. You can't afford to lose any more money.
going back to high school, from them, the people that I know one couple that stayed together until he died, so till death do us part. The one couple, they'd probably still be together now if he hadn't he got killed in Iraq or in Afghanistan.
Oh, damn.
And then the girlfriend who introduced me to Lady Monkey married my best friend from high school, and those two are still together.
Wow.
But other than that, everybody I know has been divorced at least once. Yeah.
Damn. Kathy says in chat, I wanted to be a paleontologist until I discovered DNA sequencing. Then she went into biomed, starting her post-grad in 2 years after 6 years of undergrad. You're way smarter than we are.
Yeah, why are you listening to this?
Yeah.
I feel like we're dumbing you down. That's not
cool. But that's awesome. Science cool. Always fascinated me, but I was never good enough at it. But yeah, man, I saw one of my friends got 2 divorces now because of World of Warcraft.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. He played so much Warcraft that he was ignoring his first wife, and they got a kid together. And the one time the kid was sitting there for like 3 or 4 hours crying in a dirty diaper. Oh, let's grab this.
Thank you, Captain Jack, who says, hey, Jack, why did the chicken cross the road to get to the idiot's house? Knock, knock. Who's there? The chicken.
Now I'm hungry. Yeah, he left his kid sitting there crying in a dirty diaper for like hours, and he only knew how long it was because he had logged in, and it took he knew what time he logged in on World of Warcraft and what time she came home to yell at him. So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, she left him, and then his second wife, he did the same thing too.
Johnny Blaze says, I'm single dad of a 7-year-old kid. My baby's mama, stupid gash, ran away 4 years ago, so I'm happy. Look, we're not saying that divorce or being single is bad. Not at all. I just know a lot of people that they've gotten divorced because of really, really stupid shit.
Yeah. Good for you though, Johnny Blaze. Way to step up and be a good parent.
Of the people that I would consider close to me that I know have been divorced, none of the guys did anything wrong. It was all, well, let me rephrase that. It was all because they chose horrible women. Horrible women.
I've seen a lot of that too. And then there's people that you just know they're not compatible.
Yeah. And
you're like, why are you two together? You're going to get divorced. You two are nothing alike or have no interests or any kind of commonality that would bond you together. Like, they don't even particularly like each other that much. They've just been dating so long. That seems like the next logical step.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that.
Eagle, I think it was, said he's at 35 years married, and Shroom said he's coming up on 30 next May.
Damn.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Shit, I don't remember what year we're coming up on. We're married in 93, so what is that, 26? 26 years this month, actually. This is August, right?
Yeah, you better order that anniversary gift right now.
On the 25th, yeah, it'll be 26 years. Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We've been together since I was 16, so that's like 28 years. Yeah. That's what happens when you find the girl of your dreams in high school, you guys. Fuck, some of you have been married twice my age. I feel like you probably shouldn't be watching the show then. How old are you, Evolved Potato? You don't have to answer that. I'm at almost 50 years not married. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, man. So, you know what? I take no issue with that. I've never been married. Probably a good thing. I was pretty immature when I was younger, and now I just am broke. So
Andrew says 31 years in January. Congratulations, man. There's a lot of you who've been married a long time. Look, I know it's hard to look. You know, Jack, you just said it. When you were young, you were mature. We all are. And how me and Lady Monkey made it is just because we wanted to stay together.
Yeah, and that's really the key to it. I think a lot of people rush into marriage and they don't really take time to get to know each other or work things out. Because, I mean, a lot of people just aren't compatible people, but they still stay together, and they're still happy together. They may not seem like they're compatible, but they know how to work through their issues. And that's a really big part of any relationship, is being able to work through the hard times.
Kathy's explaining why she watches us even though we're dumb. That's not what she said, but why I asked earlier why in the world would she watch this? She said she likes sarcastic humor, and that's what this stream offers. All of the people around me have no life experience and buy into the social justice stuff, even though they're in what is an intelligent degree. You may think you are smarter, but life-wise, you have good logic. May think we're not smart. No, look, I am very aware that there are people who get degrees in they're brain surgeons. I'm smarter than. Now, when it comes to the brain surgery part, they got me beat. They got me beat. But when it comes to general logic, yeah, I'll take them all day. Having a degree, even in a hard field, doesn't make you smart. It makes you smart in that field.
Yeah.
Hopefully smart in that field. Depends, if you went to Harvard, maybe not. Natalie Portman. Oh my goodness. Jack, I'm gonna change the subject here a little bit.
Cool.
I know we do this too much, but we got to talk about immigration for just a minute because this pissed me off yesterday. Let me just bring up the fucking tweet. Let me just bring up this dumbass's tweet so we can see it on the screen in all its dumbass glory.
Is this gonna have my name on it?
No.
Just checking.
I'm not talking about that dumbass. I had to clear up my messages and everything. There we go. Dear Trump voters, what do you feel when you see these photos of suffering children and realize your votes cause this agony? Do you feel anything?
I feel their parents should have made better decisions and considered the children before they decide to break into another country and mooch off of all their social services, possibly steal the identities of citizens.
That's the part that bothered me was the you did this.
Yeah, it's emotionally manipulative. I feel bad for those kids, but the kids' parents broke the law.
Real quick over on the Streamlabs, thank you so much, James Colley, who said the best way to not have children, get a prenuptial agreement that states if she blows out her vag for any reason, the marriage is annulled and she gets a $200 stipend. That's harsh.
I won't give her any money. Over on the street, I got Streamlabs. Thank you, Terry Diamandis. I want Trump to win the popular vote and only win the Electoral College because of all the states that pledged to give their vote to the popular candidate. Yes,
that would be great. Because do you guys realize if he wins the popular vote, California has to vote for him by their own laws?
Yeah, isn't it great?
It's like, good job, dumbasses. But to this tweet, voting for Trump didn't cause this agony at all. Their parents bringing those kids across did that.
Yeah, they act like this is a new thing. Like this hasn't been going on for like 50 years. Give me a break. It's awful that these kids are put in this situation. It's tragic beyond words. But their parents did this. And I don't know why nobody seems to understand that other than to manipulate, emotional people for the sake of getting votes. Like, you cannot have open borders. No society can survive that way. It's just not possible. You have to enforce your border controls.
Well, we'll get to some border stuff here in a minute too, because there's another one of these that really annoyed me. But a thing about this video, because this comes from that video from the local station that filmed them at the gym where they had to be housed overnight and eat pizza. They have this woman on there who knows some of the parents of these kids, and they tell that person tells us that The parent had been in the country 10 years and the other one 15 years.
So
None of these children are older than that. That means these fuckers came into the country illegally and then had children here, knowing what could happen to them.
Yeah, they wanted their anchor babies. And, the logical conclusion is we deport the parents to keep the kids.
Yeah, it is.
You can always send the kids with them because they can always take their kids home with them, but that's on you, parents, not these kids. Like Snubber said, not to mention the only way they could live here is through fraud or falsification of legal documents.
Yep.
And
well, I had some. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you always point out, which nobody else seems to want to point out, is that they're stealing social security numbers in order to do that.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because there was a guy who I got into an argument with, and I pointed that out, and he's like, "Well, there's another way to do it." What's the exact thing? The S corp and have a tax ID number, all legal. He said, actually, you cannot file the S corp and get a tax ID number legally if you don't belong in the country legally.
Yeah. And they're even cracking down on the false social security numbers because a lot of people still do that. But E-Verify has made it incredibly easy to tell which is a real number and which isn't. So they're even running out of the fake social security numbers for possibilities. A lot of this would stop if they'd go after employers.
Oh,
if
sure.
Somebody is employing like 100 illegal aliens, there's no way they don't know. If you have like 200 employees and one of them is illegal, maybe they slip through the cracks. I could buy that. But these guys are all repeat offenders, or at least the vast majority of them are. And if you're employing a ton of illegals, give me a break. Nobody's going to buy that. You got to start going after these people.
Yeah, there's no legal way to get a tax ID number as an illegal.
You can't get a tax ID number. You can't get a vendor's license. You can't get anything like that without a social security number.
Yep. But the people who know half the answer. Now, I do have a little bit of trepidation going after the employers. Because if they're presented with documents, I mean, they're legally not allowed to challenge them. That can get you in trouble. Yeah, what they could do is report them, and that's what they should do.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I mean, if you do a background check and that social security number comes back to like an 80-year-old woman from Minnesota,
right,
and you're in Southern California, that should be a red flag. Because if you're not doing background checks on your employees, you're an idiot.
Especially these days, and it's so easy to do. Now, the other thing I will say, I'm for punishing employers, because that's what'll help stop it. But we have so many states that are trying to make it basically legal to be illegal.
Yeah, and they're probably going to succeed too until the feds really crack down. I like Trump's idea of sending all the illegals to sanctuary cities.
Oh, so did I. And they lost their mind quick over that.
Yeah, but that's the only way people are that live in those regions are going to see the problems that having illegals brings. The burden on your hospitals and your education system and your welfare and the competition for jobs. The people that suffer the most are the poorest people, the poorest citizens. They're the ones that have to compete for low skill work or entry-level jobs or even like field work on farms where, it's probably under the table pay, whatever, but they're the ones that can't find work and they're citizens, which means they're going to go on Social Security or on welfare. And then you've got two people on welfare. You got your illegal going on the welfare and you've got the citizen going on the welfare that guy's taking the job from.
Yeah. The other one I want to read is, I'm only going to read a little bit of it. And yes, guys, I did this on Lords of the Night, so you'll get over it. It's a story from The Hill. The fundamental flaw of ICE raids to deter immigration. Now, I've never heard that ICE raids are to deter American or illegal immigration. But apparently, the person who wrote this, they've heard that a bunch. That's the only reason to actually do it.
What?
Kathy says, well, I used to get my documents scrutinized when I was in the States applying for employment. I was an Aussie in the country legally and had right to work. Well, you'd think that's the way it would go, but see, the problem, Kathy, is you weren't dark enough.
Yeah, they scrutinize legal immigrants way more than illegals.
Yeah.
Because if they know you've got a green card or visas, they're going to put those through the ringer for sure. But if things look a little questionable, that's a lot of work and headache.
Well, so this guy's talking about how it's not for enforcement. He goes, well, we basically need to get to the root cause and fix that. Do you know what the root cause is, Jack?
White supremacy?
Nope. Close. Well, it depends on who you ask. That might be the cause of this. The cause is that the Northern Triangle, made up of Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, rank among the most violent countries in the world.
Yeah.
But, well, that's the root cause. We have to go fix that.
Sounds like a them problem, not an us problem.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, I'm sorry, that's harsh, but okay, so the people that don't want us fighting foreign wars want us to go fight a foreign war? Like, what do you want us to do about that?
No, Jack. What we're supposed to do is just send a shit ton of money down there to these
that's
horrifically corrupt governments.
Yeah. You know, what we could do is send a lot of money in the form of a nuclear blast and just create a giant glass barrier wall.
Well, you're not wrong there. That would work. No, they want us to stop ravaging their resources. That's what we do to them, apparently.
No. They don't really have any resources worth taking.
Excuse me. My question of this is, how is that our problem?
It's not.
They're not even on the same fucking continent.
Well, even if they were, it doesn't matter. It's not an us problem. That's a you problem. In those.
My point being with that, there's a ton of countries down there on their own continent that they're not running to because they're shithole countries or shithole countries.
Yeah, and yeah, everybody wants to go to the place that's nicer, but you can't do that. I'm sorry, we can't save the entire third world. It's
we're
just not
supposed to,
going to happen.
We're
No, because we'll be the third world within 10 years of that. Well, if they open the borders and let anyone wander in, not only are we going to have a whole bunch of people flooding up here that are illiterate and desperately need attention, but we're going to get all sorts of diseases because we're not screening anyone. I watched a thing the other day about this lady helping Africans sneak into the country. We are going to have an Ebola pandemic if they do that crap.
You're supposed to check your Streamlabs, bud.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Evolved Potato. My only problem when punishing employers is when the employer doesn't actually oversee the hiring or even day-to-day stuff. I've seen a ton of stuff on how a CEO isn't getting punished because his company had some illegals, but he couldn't have known. Yeah, I understand that. But at the same time, I don't think we should be going after the CEO. We could be fining the company and punishing the company itself, and then they'll have to regulate themselves better and keep a better eye on things.
Circus says an abundant workforce is a resource, so let's build that wall so we stop stealing their resources.
Like Sub said there in chat, they're giant versions of Detroit. Between the corruption and gunfire, we can't fix Detroit. What makes you think we're gonna fix fucking Guatemala?
I just don't see how fixing Guatemala, like you said, it's not our problem. It's their problem.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We can't save everybody.
Nope.
We can't be, unless you want us to be imperialist colonialists, where we go down and take it over and we stay there. It's not going to fix shit. We would literally have to make them a colony.
And while we were talking about this earlier, I said, you don't see them going to Canada and something. We have them coming to Canada and like, okay, you got like 5 of them up there. They stop here because this is where the money is. And that's why they come. It's where the money is. And they're not doing, There in that article, they talk about how if you ask people in that live in those countries, how afraid they are of getting murdered, very afraid. Well, that sounds like you guys need better law enforcement. It sounds like maybe a revolution is in order. You know what? You know what doesn't fix your country? Coming to mine.
Yeah. I don't know how they expect us. None of their answers make any sense when you put more than a minute thought into it. Oh, we should let anyone come here that wants to be here. And then what? How do we take care of these people? They're all going to live in tenement housing. And how is that fixing the problem that where they came from? Now they have a worker drain, a brain drain. They're not going to go home once they stay here.
No, they never do.
Makes no sense. Yeah, we like Massive Dynamics just said in chat. America is not the world's lifeboat.
Well, it's amazing because they want us to be sometimes, and then the rest of the time, like, no.
Yeah,
you guys are. Why are you putting your nose in this business? Like, could y'all make up your mind? Do you want us to fix your shit or not?
Right? They get mad if we intervene. They get mad if we don't. You can't win.
I'm in the not boat. I'm like, no, fix your shit. We'll deal with ours. But make up your minds. Do you want us to take over your shithole countries and fix them or not? What they really want, let's be honest, is our money. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We want your money.
Well, it's like economic self-loathing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because okay, you what, hate your own country? Cool. That's why do I have to too? If you don't, I'm so fed up with this circular logic crap, this magical thinking they have. Like we can fix everyone else's problems. Well, then you complain that we're involved in foreign wars, and you complain about the expansive growth of the military-industrial complex. Well, we need that giant military to fight all these fucking wars.
Yep. But no, they don't want us to. They don't want us to fight wars. They want us to just fix it with the snap of our fingers and a crack of our wallets.
It doesn't work that way, and I don't want our citizens dying on some third world dumps foreign beach that's probably littered with junk because somebody says we have to go down there and fix all their problems because apparently we're a fairy godmother. No, that is not what our people need to die for. We die for our country. We fight for our freedoms. If you want to emulate that, that's fine. But we are not your policemen. We are not your financial EMT. I'm so sick of this shit. How much money do we have to throw away before people get fed up and wake up? How many lives have to be lost on foreign soil for nonsensical reasons? That is not what our country is about. Oh. I mean, there are some really great places to live. The UK is kind of going downhill, but Australia still seems pretty cool. Japan's awesome.
I feel like we should make a trail from the southern border to the northern border, and they can all just go straight north. We'll have like nice little rest stops for them on the way, but giant walls the whole way so they can't get through, and then just go up to fucking Canada. Let them be Canada's fucking problem.
Well, that's just it. Canada doesn't really. They bitch about us all the time, but they don't have that kind of problem that we do because Americans, for the most part, they have some immigration issues, but there's not a lot of people in Canada.
And we're their only border. And we're kind of a stopgap between them and the shit going on south of us. There's not a whole lot of reason for Mexicans and Guatemalans and El Salvadorians to go all the way up to fucking Canada. Especially because Canada has harsher laws than we do when it comes to that shit. Don't get caught up there being an illegal.
Yeah, no shit.
They're not too. They're getting into their country's hard as fuck, man. I actually read a story. There was a story because of all the people. We're going to move to Canada if Trump is elected. And there was a story like, I don't think you're going to do that. And it laid out the immigration process. Like, none of you assholes are going through this. And oddly enough, none of them did.
Yeah. Well,
Anyhow.
even like Mexico has very severe immigration laws. Like if you break into their country and they care, they can lock you up for years, and you don't want to go to jail in Mexico.
Well, we had that guy during Obama, the Marine who accidentally got across their border.
Yeah.
And he ended up in one of their jails for what, like 3 months?
Oh, at least, yeah. Obama didn't exactly hurry to get the guy out.
I want to show you something cool, Jack. You probably won't think it's cool, and I don't know how many in the audience will think it's cool, but I need this in my life, man. This is a 25th anniversary Friends Lego set.
Oh my God. That's really detailed.
It is, yeah. It's got all 6 of the friends plus Gunther there at Central Perk. I fucking love it. I need one of these. It's $60, man. Comes out in September. I need one of these. I don't know. It would just sit as a showpiece, but look at the fucking thing. It's even got Phoebe's guitar right here.
But does it have Smelly Cat?
Well, I think you'd have to make Phoebe sing it. I don't think they have the representation.
It should be like the old Simpsons play sets from like 15 years ago, where they had a chip inside the figure where you could put it down on a piece and it would say something.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Those were neat.
I have a friend that got deported from Canada. They sent him on the first plane out, and it was to Texas. He had to hitchhike back up here to Washington. Jesus fuck.
That's just rude.
Yeah, I'm every goddamn day these fucking idiots with their immigration bullshit.
Dude, it's just gonna get worse too. It's gonna get real heated by the time the election comes around.
Let me help you out with it, or tell you another story that was great tonight. We read a story about this old couple. Okay, that sounds weird, because I said a story that was great tonight, and the story itself was actually horrible. So let me say that first. It's about 2 old dead people who killed themselves, and they left a note. Right? They left a note because they didn't think they'd be able to afford her medication.
Dude,
yeah,
medication prices are ridiculous.
Now, this was a CNN headline story. Why do you think CNN would put up a story about old people who had to kill themselves because their healthcare was too expensive?
Because of Trump.
They want to help push this Medicare for all thing.
Of course they do.
What healthcare plan do you think those old people were probably on?
Medicare.
Huh. You know, they didn't mention in that story
Medicare.
that the old people were on Medicare.
Yeah, Medicare sucks.
It does.
I mean, if you're getting like some simple medication, like your blood pressure meds or something, those are cheap.
Yeah,
because millions of people are on those. But if you have like some osteoporosis, weird, side effect thing, oh, you're fucked. There's one med my dad was on that was like $300 every month. And that's ridiculous. I have no problem with old people getting their meds really dirt cheap, like at a loss to the government. I have no problem with that. They've earned it. They worked really hard. They got really old. They lived that long. Fine. I have no issue with that. But medication prices are out of control.
Oh, sure. Shroom says my monthly infusion costs $25,000.
Jesus Christ.
Infusion is expensive. Yeah, I have a friend with Crohn's. He has to do that shit, and it's expensive.
Wow.
Yeah. My medicines they're pretty expensive. You guys pay for my medicine. You might not know that, but you guys pay for my medicine. And it's expensive. The one of mine, even with insurance, is well over $200. When I found that out, I told Lady Monkey, like, why don't you just let me die? It would be cheaper. It's like one of those things that over time you'll save yourself that money. But she insists on keeping me around, which is nice of her. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Like, Jesus Christ, these things are fucking expensive.
I feel bad for people, man.
Look, it sucks, but again, a lot of our problems right now because healthcare costs shot the fuck up after Obamacare. They were bad beforehand, but they went out fucking rageous.
Oh,
that's why I keep. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
And so that's why I keep saying we either need to go back to how we were or just embrace this shit that's going to be Medicare for all. I don't care which way we go. We have to pick one. Because right now it's just garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no easy solutions to it.
No, there's not.
You know what would help is if we weren't supporting all these deadbeat illegals that are flooding our hospitals, and because they go for emergency cares because then they don't have to pay anything.
Don't worry, they're going to get them Medicare for all too.
Yeah, that's absolutely going to cripple us economically, which is what some of these people want. They're nihilists that want to destroy the country.
Well, look at fucking Bill Maher, going back to him. Motherfucker praying for a depression.
Yeah.
So to get Trump out of office.
Yeah, that's sick. That is sick.
When somebody pointed out, that's going to cause people to lose their homes and their jobs, he's like, it's worth it.
Well, because he knows he's not going to be one.
Yeah, it's not going to affect him.
Well, it's hard when you're in the top caste of society, rough life. Yeah. Fuck that guy. He's a piece of shit. It's an awful thing to even suggest that.
It is. And especially it's worth it. It's worth it. Bill, go fuck yourself. You're talking about putting children on the street to own Trump.
Yeah. I don't wish bad things on people most of the time, but somebody saying something like that I find very detestable. And I don't really like most other humans because, people tend to annoy me fairly easily. But to say something like that is ridiculous. Why would you wish that on people?
Because he's a douche.
Yeah.
Speaking of annoying people, hi, Badger.
Oh, fuck off.
Hey, was your timing, not mine.
You cunt.
How you doing tonight, man?
Still tired.
Speaking of social welfare, how's all those immigrants your way doing?
Don't get me started.
See, we used to get so much shit from Europeans about the way we handled illegal immigration, and then you guys just opened the floodgates, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll give it 2 years, buddy," and I haven't heard anything since.
Yeah, the thing is, the way the system works in Germany, what's going to happen is we're not going to run out of money. We're not going to run up the debt because of it. Healthcare is just getting shittier.
Yeah, you get
that eventually happens.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like either thing could happen. It could happen that the healthcare stays, on the same quality level, but you run up the debt more and more and more, or a mixture of both. But for us, it's really like just healthcare gets shittier and shittier with every day.
Snubberth wanted to say that his Polish family says hello. Just kidding, they all died.
Yeah, Snubberth. I'm sorry about that. I didn't intend to. It just happened.
Well,
it just happened.
If you have a problem with too many people, there's this great campsite. I know you can fire back up in a matter of days. It has a sign on the door that says "Work will set you free" or something like that. I think it's called.
It's been a few days since I've checked MITAM, and Evil One is insisting I go look. He posted some pictures a little while ago. Those are some cute girls. Was it the pictures, or was there something else you wanted me to check out? Oh, wow. And No Life King has been at it again. Wow. Dude, how many porn stars do you know?
Not enough. I mean,
he knows a ton of them, and God, these are beautiful women.
They're both potato. Oh God, some people did something with the Polish.
It's true.
Yes, if I was inclined to go to Ilhan Omar levels of anti-Semitism, or in this case anti-Polism, I would say that, but I'm not, so I won't.
They were just trying to reverse the polls.
God,
what?
Monkey. Monkey, you used to be funnier.
Look, tonight on our game stream, I don't know why this jumped into my mind, but I was curious about what was the speed of a fart, and you know they've actually tested that.
Yeah, of course. Every stupid question in the history of science, every stupid question in the history of science ever was already asked, and people tried to answer it. It's just a law.
I can tell you why, Monkey. Because some guy needed a thesis for his master's degree.
Yes.
And he's like, how can I get government funding?
Yes.
And this is the answer you get.
That's the kind of thing a dumbass on the internet playing a video game should think about, not a serious scientist.
Why not both?
Because no, go out there and cure cancer. Why are you measuring fart speed?
Because somebody gave them 20 grand through a government grant to do it. And they're like, that worked? All right.
Maybe, I'm just floating this out there. Just a theory. Maybe the speed of farts is connected to fart cancer.
You know what? Given that we're talking about gas, it was probably a German.
For fuck's sake.
No, there was a lady
How
that
funny am I, Badger? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There was a lady doctor, I think she was from London, that said that the smell of your fart may help the scientists in the future determine what sicknesses you may have. Because apparently the way you digest, I mean, it could release enzymes and stuff. I was like, that's disturbing.
Honestly, that might see a kind of a renaissance of impolite doctors. Because who would you rather fart in the face to let them determine your illness? A doctor who's nice or a doctor who's a complete asshole?
I'm just thinking of people sitting around at a dinner table and one of them farts and go, "Oh, you have gonorrhea." Sweetie, where you been putting that thing?
Well, it could be like, you have like a colon cancer or something like that. They could actually, some intestinal problems like Crohn's disease or, IBS. They could do that by analyzing your fart cloud.
Analyzing.
Okay. Kathy, who's smarter than us, says fart speed is just the way it got the information out there to get publicity on the project. I'm sure they were measuring other more relevant things. At least I hope they were. Really?
We all hope they were.
Yeah.
But we know they were.
Sometimes, these scientific, these research. These researchers try to put some stuff into their research that, grabs headlines, but wait, there's more. They try to pull that.
Sure, and I get that, but I also have no problem believing that somebody was just trying to figure out, the speed of a fart.
I mean, wouldn't that make it cooler?
Ford said, "When do we get to start storing data in the fart cloud?"
Oh no.
That's some deep web shit.
Go sit in the corner.
No, that's funny.
Go sit in the corner with that one. Man, we're talking about farts. That's not a good place to be. Did you guys see what Kid Rock did today?
Does it involve farting?
No, it involves Taylor Swift.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
What's he doing to my future one night stand?
Where is the tweet itself?
At some point, she's going to make bad decisions enough that she's on the rebound, and here I'll be.
No.
Taylor. I'm looking good right now.
You and Taylor, it's because she's so skinny, isn't it?
Yes, she is built for speed.
Fart speed.
Right.
Hey, if she's into that, I'll fart on her. I got no issue with that. Whatever she's into. That'll be hard to work into a country song, though.
let's move this over here so we can actually enjoy it on the screen in all of its
glory.
Polly motherfucker. All right. Hi, Polly motherfucker.
There's a comma there. Is Polly motherfucker.
On
See?
the Gutenberg scale, where are you?
He's at motherfucker.
Yeah, it's probably a 7.
I'm fine. I will not have my intake of alcoholic beverages questioned by the likes of you, sir.
Yeah.
What about getting a question by a German?
Here's the Kid Rock tweet. Taylor Swift wants to be a Democrat because she wants to be in movies, period. And it looks like she will suck the doorknob off Hollyweird to get there. Oldest move in the book? Good luck, girl. Kid Rock.
Okay, I am now a movie producer. And the movies are all filmed on my home surveillance system in my bedroom, which has its own server.
Why do you want her to suck the doorknob off your bedroom?
Well, the doorknob is code for penis.
That's a euphemism.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Damn.
It's like saying a chick could suck chrome off a trailer hitch.
First time I read "suck the doorknob off," I thought it was like some kind of proverb, some kind of phrase that means like trying to suck up to someone. But apparently,
that's
in a way,
kind of. Real quick, thank you, John Migda, who says love at Badgerman.
It's not mutual, man. I'm sorry.
You can show him love on his stream. What's it? Stream Elements?
Yeah, Stream Elements.
Over at the Streamlabs. Thanks, Peter, for the $5. Appreciate it, man. No message, but I appreciate it.
I want to point out,
Peter. That's terrible. I wanted to hear that.
I want to point out the first response here. Do you guys see that? Reported for abusive behavior.
Oh God.
Grow up.
People were losing their shit over this tweet.
Oh yeah.
I'm probably not reported by her, but her fucking orbiting. I was just in the middle of a sentence. I'm going to go ahead and finish now. Thank you. It was their fans, right? Like Beyonce has those fans that do that. Like I have no doubt that she's got 1 million 12 to 15-year-old fans that are just like, oh my God, Taylor's so awesome. Like all over the internet, like it's sorry. Okay. Patrick, what were you saying?
No, it's all right. I forgot it anyway.
It was the same thought, wasn't it? I was echoing your thoughts, wasn't I?
Pretty much, yeah.
Stop reading our minds when you're drunk, Polly.
I can't help it. It's what happens.
Professor X.
See, when Polly's drunk, apparently he thinks like a German.
Oh God. The Fifth Reich. That's how it'll start.
There's a tweet further down. I want to read this one.
You got a super chat.
Thank you, James Colley. Monkey, did you miss one? And I'm guessing I missed a super chat. Thank you for that one. Did I miss one up here somewhere?
Might have been Streamlabs. You got your Streamlabs.
Yeah, maybe you missed something on Streamlabs.
Streamlabs? Oh, thank you, James Colley, who said they use Jew dust to measure the speed of gas.
Wow.
And thank you, James Colley. This is a tweet. Somebody, oh God, these people were they were so upset by that. Kid Rock, I'm a lifelong fan. My daughter was also a victim of gun violence in Parkland. This obnoxious tweet just put an end to it. You can use your platform if you want to create more hate and violence. I will use my platform to say thank you to Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah. Thank you to Taylor Swift for not embracing a message of hate, being that everyone gets the right strip except for these straight white cisgender males, because that's not divisive or something. No.
I didn't hear any violence in his tweet.
Maybe it was a non-consensual doorknob. Did the doorknob consent? We need to know. I don't think it did. I think it was just sitting there, unable to move, and she just wrapped her lips around it and tongued the keyhole.
I just like that we're pretending that women don't give sexual favors for parts in movies.
Wow.
Right?
Monkey. Have you not been around for the last, 25 years of #MeToo, it seems like?
Yes, and I also know that Jennifer Lawrence is one of the most prolific actresses right now.
Yeah, notice she wasn't a big proponent of #MeToo and #Times Up, along with Jennifer Johann Job. Yeah.
Her and Scarlett Johansson were like,
and they both
my mouth's too full of cum to say that.
Right.
I just it's just why? Because they've all got. I mean, they both dated a fuck ton of producers. Air quotes, guys. Dated, you know.
Dated.
they went. I dated the guy for 3 weeks while we were in Aspen together, and it's like, is there anything particularly weird about that? Like, it's a young actress, and she's going out with a famous, fat, hairy, ugly producer off to Aspen for 3 weeks. No, I mean, it's nothing weird, guys. I don't understand
but
this.
They act like it is. They act like it's something that. Okay, look. From the beginning of time, women have traded sex for favors. It's just how it works, guys. Because you know why? We want to have sex, and you guys want favors.
No, it's because of the patriarchy, monkey. We keep them marginalized and let them think that their only access to power is their sexuality. It's dehumanizing. It's dehumanizing.
See, look, this is how women get power. We plug into them. and
then we leave a power donation in their receptacles,
a power packet, if you will.
We plug into them.
Yes.
Jesus,
it is called the male end.
Exactly. You plug it in. Sometimes you got to work it back and forth. Yeah, we juice them up, is what we do.
Yeah, and we donate them a packet of fluid, if you will, that contains 25% of your daily allowance of zinc.
Indeed.
And lots of little workers that will go in and make you powerful with babies.
Gross.
Tons of little people.
That's fucking gross. Oh, no, it was yuck.
How is this possible? You just took all the fascination out of sex and made it disgusting.
Right? Like, where's the mystique, guys?
Jesus. Sex is icky. Polydub 2020.
Thank you, James Colley, who says 2 weeks dating 1 week abortion recovery. Oh, you're probably not wrong. That's why they can't film in Georgia. I just, I don't understand why I don't even understand why it's a bad thing. I really don't.
I don't know why anybody cares. If they're consenting, who gives a fuck?
I think the only people who care are the ones who didn't get the job.
Yeah, but that's because they were ugly and not good enough at the sucky.
Yeah, it's ugly fat chicks who do this. We know it.
Well, I mean, look at ScarJo's thunder thighs. I mean, she's not exactly a prize catch. She got that moon face and those big
thighs. I'd put her in a movie.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd put her in a movie as like a walk-on character. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily give her the top role, but I mean, like, no, come on.
I'd put her in a movie with a little black couch in the background.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That couch
I saw it
has seen more action than any Schwarzenegger movie.
Right? I saw that on Christian Science Monitor. No, look, Kid Rock just took a swipe at her and her fans lost their shit. It's amazing to watch those little fan groups lose their shit at each other.
Yeah.
Because what was the one yesterday? Fuck, I don't remember. K-pop got a bunch of hate for something they didn't even do. And
oh god,
like, why do you guys care that much?
K-pop, the K-pop stans on Twitter are the most obnoxious motherfuckers
if you say stan
ever.
Again, I'm gonna kick you off my show.
That's their language.
I don't give a fuck. Don't say retarded shit on my show.
If there was a country called
Monkey, hold on. I want to defend myself here. Monkey, I said cisgender about 5 minutes ago, and that was a quote. Just like that was pretty much a quote.
Look,
okay?
Cisgender is stupid, but Stan is retarded.
What were you saying? Retarded.
Well, if there was a country called K-Popistan, I would probably already have a visa to it. Because it would be a sexy place full of beautiful Asians.
For fuck's sake.
Yes,
Far. Yeah, but they would fight all the time.
Far, you and me we're like way too connected here. The term stan is just cringe. Exactly, it is.
I don't even know what that means.
Fan, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's dumb.
Hardcore fan, like you know, you go to war. You would go to war for the person you're fanning over.
We have a word for that. It's called fanatic. Which is where
they did, but a number of years ago, on Eminem's second album, Marshall Mathers LP, he wrote a track called Stan. And the entire notion of the track is it's written from the perspective of a fanatical fan writing to Eminem saying, I love you so much and blah, 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 blah. And like, that's where the name comes from.
Yeah.
Well, that's dumb.
But I'm just telling you.
Yeah. And
no,
listen, again, I'm not endorsing this.
I understand the origin, but it's retarded. And if I see anybody if you say Stan in my on my Twitter to me, I will mute your ass so I can't ever see it again.
Invite the memes, monkey.
Yes.
No, unfair.
What are you?
I would like to address something.
Oh, that's beautiful.
A whole bunch of stuff.
I'd like to address something in chat, if I may.
Oh, please.
Johnny Bonsacco said, that's because you are a warped, frustrated old man. Yeah, you're right. That's 100% on.
So?
Oh, God.
Look at them titties, man.
Never take this picture down, man. Never take it down, please.
Johansson. Oh,
yeah, that's
you can see her weird Johansson. Chin, her new nose, and
fuck, dude, I didn't even look at her face. I was just like titties.
This is one of the pictures from my hottest women of the MCU. I forget where I forget where I put Scarlett Johansson in that list. But I remember Weeb. She's like, no. See, being a woman who has, large breasticles. That wasn't her words. Those are mine. She's like, just look at, she's like popping out of her dress. I just like want to walk up to her and like, hold on here, girl. Let me just pop those things back in. And I'm like, no. It's
why
fine.
would you want to pop them back in?
Yeah.
I just like you can see her bracelet there that was for swallowing.
Can you imagine how?
Yeah, I mean,
nipples are.
Look at the stones on. Look at the ring, monkey. It's like you want to talk about a doorknob? That's like a fucking or at least a cabinet handle.
That's a swallower, is what that is.
Yeah. And this is the result of rhinoplasty.
That's because she goes ass to mouth.
Don't those lips? Yeah.
Can you imagine being her brother? She's got a brother that, like, when I was collecting all these images for that MCU.
Where are we going with this?
Well, no, can you imagine this? Like, Scarlett Johansson was your sister. Like, you gotta like put up with the fact that everybody's like talking filthy about your sister. And she made, her moneymakers are ass, and there's like photos all over the internet that she leaked herself of, her big old ass with a thong up, it's sticking out in the camera, and nude shots of her, and everybody talking about how they want to fuck her.
All right. Now here's the question.
Brother, no.
Give me a 1 in chat if you think her brother looked up her nudes. Give me a 2 if you think he had some morals.
Nobody wants to look at her thighs. Gross.
Shut up. I'm not her brother. I can look.
Look like the surface of Mars with all the dips and the cottage cheese.
You are so harsh, man. It's like, oh no, she has muscles.
I just think she's one of the most. No, she doesn't have muscles. She's got thunder thigh cottage cheese legs. I think she's just overrated. She's like a 6.
So wait, I want to get this straight. None of y'all believe that Marty would have taken a blowjob from his mom, but y'all think ScarJo's brother's looking up her nudes.
Well, you're making it sound like it's weird. I don't even know what to say to this. This is all disgusting.
Twin. She has a twin brother.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they don't. I think they're whatever the not.
You're sharing screen still.
No.
Well, it's not on the big screen, so nobody can see it. So there you go.
No, I hear
you. Did he just go into his porn folder?
No, this is the folder that has. Oh, here, look at this for a second. Look at this picture. For those who didn't. Hold on here.
Does he have the same nose job?
Snub says, if she was my grandma, I would look up her nudes. Wow, that's dedication right there.
This is so hard. What have you been drinking? Okay, here we go.
Did you go throw your Maker's Mark bottle in Mimosa's yard yet?
No, tomorrow.
Oh.
Who thought Haley Atwell had like titties that were that big? Seriously.
Whoa.
I did. I've seen them.
I'm sorry, everyone talk at the same time. What?
Who is she?
She's Agent Carter, Peggy Carter from
the
MCU films.
Those look like they hang when they have no support.
Oh no. They look
quite nice.
They look quite epic. Yes. Like I mean, like look at that. Look at them. Look at them.
Okay, yeah.
She's obviously a little too thick for Jack. You know.
I would make an exception for her because I like her.
Having eaten in the past, month and all.
I can forgive that.
I mean, look at her. Yeah, like that's some basic lacy support and nothing more. Them motherfuckers are perky on their own.
Okay.
Perky on the inside, perky on the outside.
Yeah, I could forgive the fact that she's a little chubby, but because she does have a fun personality.
And,
Jesus.
And
but you're not banging your personality, are you?
Whenever Weebs made the comment when we were doing the video, it's like she's got this very English face. I'm like, oh yeah, she does. There's something just about her that just you tells that she's from the English Isles, and it's really fucking sexy. I mean, holy shit.
She doesn't look English to me.
No,
she looks Midwestern.
Well,
just saying.
Johnny is dropping all kinds of truth bombs about me.
I thought Midwestern was supposed to be like blonde. I thought that was the classic Midwestern look.
Midwestern girls? No, they're brunettes mostly.
Really? I thought it was supposed to be like the Nebraska farm girl was the Midwestern look.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
That might be some Hollywood version of it, but I actually live in the Midwest.
Well, I don't know. It's like people talk about like, oh, Harlem, the center of black culture. And it's like, yeah, in 1915, the whole fucking area has been completely gentrified. Yeah, nobody can afford to live there anymore unless you're quite fucking wealthy. Harlem ain't no cultural capital of the fucking hood. Wake the fuck up. You're working out of a century-old fucking playbook, guys. So as an example, like, Hollywood gets everything fucking wrong. You're not wrong. I hear you.
I have to correct something in chat. Saiyan Wizard says, that's chubby to you guys? No,
it's not. No.
That is
just for Jack. Just for Jack.
Just to Jack.
Well, I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm just saying she's got a few extra pounds.
We didn't say you said she was ugly. We said you said she was chubby, and she ain't.
Yeah, and for a chubby girl, she's pretty cute.
She's not chubby.
I mean, I'm not gonna like recharge the battery on her hover round or anything, but
oh my god,
she needs a new Rascal or something. She's got enough money to pay for her own. But I would definitely like plow that for a few weeks till my friends found out.
I would plow that for right, because what a disaster when they found out.
They'd be like, dude, she's kind of chubby. And I'd be like, yeah, I know.
Why are you banging the fatty, dude?
Yeah,
you got weird friends, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they wouldn't be high-fiving you at all.
A lot of us are into Asians. I tend to surround myself with other people that want to bang sexy Asians for some reason.
You want to keep your competition close?
Yes, keep an eye on them, and then I can also bang their ex-girlfriends.
Oh, there you go. Pick up the leftovers.
I don't claim to be a terribly good person.
See, what I don't understand
is
that when I showed you pictures of Laura Harry or Jack, you called her skinny, like not attractive. Like, explain to me, like, are you just racist? Is that what's going on? Do you just not like black girls?
I'm not attracted to most black women. I will grant you that. Laura Harrier's not bad. I was saying skinny as a compliment in some ways.
Well, I don't know. You said no. I can show you the exact picture you said it to too. I just happen to have a folder of Laura Harrier pictures right here.
I may have misspoken.
Gentleman's special literature.
I can admit I may have been wrong, Polly, but let's.
I remember Pop-Tart. It was the same picture. She got straight bent out of shape over it. It's like, oh my god, that girl needs a sandwich. Like it was,
What kind of sandwich? The one to eat or the one that,
The man sandwich.
Yeah.
I think Pop-Tart meant anything that lets her put on like half a pound.
Okay. So the one to eat.
I got something weighs half a pound. That'll go between two buns.
Well, that was really subtle, Jack. Took me a second to clue in what you were doing there.
I know. I don't have subtlety. You should know that by now, Polly.
He was talking about his doorknob.
I mean, see, if you look at her here, as we...
Is this the exact picture?
No, the exact pictures, but I mean, like people say, "Oh, she ain't got no butt." Like, are you? Excuse me. Look at the curves on this.
We've been over this. She does not have a butt. That's how she's standing.
No. That's a natural curve.
We've had the ass crack team on this real quick.
Whatever.
Thank you, James Colley, who says Jack likes cream-filled Asian women. # Polly's fault.
I'm doing the filling.
What? Who was it the other day? Was it? No, it wasn't Eve. Who was it? They're saying like her lips are fake. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know if you knew this, but black girls tend to have thicker lips than most girls. Like, Kate's like, no, not like hers. Her lips are fake. I'm like, no, they're not. She just happens to look like that. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, hit that like button, folks, if you haven't already.
That's the exact picture.
Yeah, Jackson.
I want to thank the fourth over on the Streamlabs. K-pop stan, I'll see you there.
She's not thin. She's willowy.
She looks kind of thin there, dude.
I don't know. She has a willowy.
But you're into
frame.
that, Jack. You're into that.
But I'm saying that this image, because she has long arms and a long torso, it's not a flattering photo. There's other ones that Polly has that are better, and I do think she's pretty, and she generally is my body type. But
she looks like she's getting her body in shape for a movie from Badger's Country.
What?
So that was a concentration camp joke.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, for
but see, I could never have sex with her.
I was thinking into the other direction of German movies, the ones that are 18 plus, with all the
No,
They're not
she's not
that
going to bang
dirty
a
around
horse
here.
or anything.
No, I think she's like I would think that was Jack's body type right there.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay.
But I think
She's cute though.
she does look. She looks very cute. But I can't have sex with her, so I have to disassociate her because Polly wants her.
Wait. Because Polly wants her?
Yeah, and that means
you just told us you'll bang your friend's exes.
Yeah, exactly.
You should see the
while
scumbag
they're
she's
dating.
dating too. What a fucking
Jason Momoa.
weirdo. No. That's Lisa Bonet. Willowy doesn't mean thin. Okay, when people say thin, Pop-Tart, you start talking about like people need to eat sandwiches and she looks sickly and oh my god, she looks like she's gonna collapse. It's like, no, willowy is like they're naturally like she's thin boned as well as being like she's thin framed.
Yeah, I think I misjudged her previously, Polly. You were right to bring this to my attention because she does look really good in this picture. So I stand corrected. You were right. She is attractive, but if you're not going to get on that, let me know. And
let me know
what I can do.
You put her on her list. Did you just say thin boned?
Like, yeah, there's people that are big boned and small boned. That's a thing, man.
No, those are just fat people. They're not big boned. Your bones are your bones, man. They don't gain weight.
I'm just gonna sit over here and judge.
I mean, I've got this. I love his snubber says Jack likes vanilla. No, he doesn't.
I like the Asians. There's a few redheads I'm okay with, but
yeah, redheads are hot.
Yeah,
I mean,
they only come in two variety, hot and not.
I feel the need to point this out because she's up on the screen. They replaced this girl with Zendaya Coleman.
Oh, say her name right. She's a perfume. Zendaya.
No, Zendaya. only when you say her name is one thing, like Zendaya. Do you need to say it like that? She's Zendaya Coleman. You have a last name. You're not Cher. You're not Madonna. Fuck off.
Mr. Moose says, sit this one out, ranting monkey. It ain't worth it. You're right. I stepped back. We let that one go.
Asian is vanilla, milk is white. Okay. So what would that make her? Chocolate milk because her mom's white.
Yeah, she's chocolate milk.
Yeah, she has a great skin complexion. That is a very sexy complexion.
See, and Beyonce, this is what it looks like when your hair grows naturally from your head like this.
Do you think she has dark nipples?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You want to see? I'd show you the nudes, but
yeah, we can't show those on the screen.
You could DM them to us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she's an attractive girl, but
she's beautiful.
There's a million and one pictures of her on Instagram because she's a model. That's what she's done forever and a day. And like, oh, what a surprise! The model who turns to acting, right? You know what I mean? And I watched this one like clip of her talking on, and it's the only interview I've like really ever watched with her other than the Spider-Man stuff, and it was a little wild. It was why I don't like social media or words to that effect was the title of the video, and I was like, okay. As I understand it, you got a pretty like every model or wannabe model, you got a huge extensive collection on Instagram of your photo shoots and random pictures of you throughout the day that are supposed to be you in a natural pose, and it's obviously not. Like it's a professionally made up set and everything. Anyway, it's her type. She goes, I just don't like Instagram. Like the whole world is fake. It's like modeling. being somebody who's done so much modeling, what you're doing with Instagram is the same thing. Right lighting, right makeup. You take a million pictures, you pick the best one. Sometimes you Photoshop 2 different pictures together because the way you're standing and the way the wind is catching your dress is just great, but your face wasn't perfect for that shot. So, but they're so close, you can just crop the top and bottom together and they're good. It looks like the same picture. She goes, the whole world is just fake, and what people are talking like is fake. And I've sent out stuff where it's like just enjoying a day out with my friends when I damn well know none of my friends were there. I was at a photo shoot. And I'm like, so you live in this Potemkin Village fucking world and you bemoan it. You're willing to say it. How you lament this bullshit in a fucking interview. How could you fucking live like that? Like, wouldn't that just drain your soul after a while?
I like how you dusted off Potemkin Village.
I don't even know that reference.
Jesus, Polly. Captain Obscurity. God, you're like Dennis Miller. I gotta start looking shit up every time I talk to you.
Hey, you knew what it meant, okay? That's
yeah, I just looked up her nipples. They're funky looking. I don't like those. She needs to keep those hidden.
No, they're fine.
No, they're not. They're weird. Or Polly, I bet your opinion on cosplay would be an entertaining rant. What do you think about cosplay, Polly?
I am oddly sympathetic to Dax's position on it. You know, he's real hard line with it. I don't get as passionate as him. And for those of you who don't know, Dax, who should really come around more often,
right?
I know he's got to work and everything, but still, fuck.
Like a grown up.
It's like Zelfor. He just doesn't come around anymore. We miss the guy. He just doesn't show up. It's like, what the fuck? But anyway,
what is work?
The Dax thinks really strongly that cosplayers are. It's a big load of thoughterry, and they're showing up at conventions, and that's the worst part of it because you're draining money away from, the actual merchandise, what the convention is for. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst aspects of thoughterry are played out through cosplay, and it's like, yeah, there's a huge amount of truth in what he's saying. But still, ultimately, in my mind, it falls upon the individual who's handing the girl the money. And if you tell the guy it's thoughterry, don't tell the girl, get out of here. You know what I'm like? That's my call on it, because ultimately it's his fucking decision. If he's willing to be a sucker, as the saying goes, it's immoral to let a sucker keep his money.
I take the opinion that if dudes want to throw money at women who dress up, I don't give a fuck. It's the same way I feel about cam girls and titty streamers and all that. I don't give a fuck.
In a lot of ways, well, without getting, you asked like, what's my thoughts on cosplay? Hey, yeah, they put a lot of work into it and stuff like that, and that's a lot more work than just standing there naked and gaping your asshole in porn, like, if you know what I mean.
I'm not familiar with gaping the asshole, Polly.
You know what it means.
I have no idea.
No, I am.
I have no idea.
Look, enthusiastic about
exactly, that. Exactly. I'm the German here. I have to stay true to my brand,
Never heard that before.
Far says there's always been thoughts at conventions. I really don't get why everybody's on the case now. Individual people that are the expansion of it and the extreme business monetization of it, that's new. And pay me to, like, as I send out new pictures every month and so on, it's preying upon the most pathetic of men by dressing up like characters that they like, when the girls, it's very likely that they don't care one way or another. They'll be dressing up as something else. Historical figures or fantasy characters that they like. Instead, they're dressing up like Booby Fett. You really think Booby Fett?
What's the difference from Booby Fett dressing up and not giving a fuck about Star Wars, and somebody who's serving fries and doesn't actually give a shit about fries? They're doing it because that's what pays the bills.
Because fry grease would burn your boobies.
Now, I have no problem with them not caring about it, and it's like, okay, this is the job I can get. This is where I'm going to make my money. I don't care. Do your thing.
I hear your point, but the fry salter and Maker is the guys working the frying machine. It's a bad comparison because there's no such thing as a celebration of the, like, there's no international fry fest where everyone for the love of fried foods gets together and celebrates the French fry.
That'd be awesome.
It would be.
but
what's the
that's
difference?
because that's what conventions are. So it's invading a place is purely about this thing is so awesome, and they're coming in it with titties, and it's like, yeah, that's what street corners are for, lady.
Okay, but what about somebody who's there selling a toy they don't give a shit about?
They're still there to be selling the toy. It's part of the convention.
Well, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but they're not there for the reason of showing off their boobs. They're there to actually sell something.
I mean, like I said, I'm sympathetic towards the position, but I don't feel as strongly about it as Dax does. I'm not saying that they should be kept out. I'm saying thoughts should be called what they are, thoughts. And it's like, that's just a lady who's trying to make her way in the world and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, wait a minute. Look, you don't want to be treated like an object, but you're acting as an exhibitionist for pay. And you're worried about being objectified as an exhibition. Like, those things are incommensurate with each other.
If Booby Fett was whining that people were staring at her titties, I'd be with you. But the idea that she can't dress up and go to a convention and get people to go watch her titty stream, I could not care less.
But you got to remember that the cosplay aspect is still really new on the convention circuit. That's just mostly within the last 20 years. And
okay. I just have an issue with, because they don't actually care about the character. What if somebody actually had the full dress of Darth Vader, perfect, down to the...
It's not about whether or not they like the character. It's about the fact that they're doing it with unpure intentions. It doesn't matter.
Hang on, that's what I was getting to. Somebody gets the complete costume, so it looks perfect. You can't see titties or nothing, but it's just some dude. And the only reason he's doing it is because he knows he can make money. Doesn't even like Star Wars, for fuck's sake. He just has this really cool costume.
Well, it's the same type of attention-seeking behavior, and that's what people are complaining about.
I think people are complaining because women have titties and can make money off them.
No, that's not the reason most guys don't like that, object to the cosplayers being there, are complaining. They're complaining because they're creating a nuisance. They're drawing attention away from what the convention is by showing up. It's not anything to do with the character. It's that it's sort of like if you're at a race car rally and somebody comes in and starts calling people over to look at some freak show that they've got set up on the side. It's got nothing to do with race cars at all. They're in it for their own self-interest. It's got nothing to do with what's going on around them. It's about attention seeking.
I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, but you don't go to the conventions either.
Well, take it to gaming streaming. I have no problem with that. Take it to YouTube. I have no problem with that. Some chick out there who's making money because she has titties and is talking about conservative politics, and everybody's like, yay! I don't give a fuck.
Hey, her name is Roaming Millennial, and she is a delight.
I don't give a fuck. And I've said this many times because I believe what you have to do in this life is use whatever you have to get ahead. And if you don't, if you're standing on some convention that, oh my God, it would be wrong for me to exploit my own titties, then that's your fault. That's you not.
Hold on. As a broad-based principle, you believe that? Or are you just saying that for this particular circumstance?
As a broad-based principle.
Really? So you've got no problem with Van Jones as a race hustler because he's black, pimping out national anxieties and racial tensions to make money? Got no issue with that? Because I've heard you call him out repeatedly, and other people who are race hustlers. What's the problem? They're using what they got to get ahead in the world.
I think race hustling is disgusting. Do I think that anything bad should happen to them, or that they're let me get the super chat. Leave my eye candy alone while waiting for a 2-hour line to see a panel. Thank you, X Bubba Hotep. I think that's a little different there, Polly, because what you're talking about there is actually trying to hurt society.
No, I asked
No.
if you believed in it as
You
a
think-
broad-based principle. If you wanted to be more specific,
Yes,
you
as
could
a
have been.
broad-based principle. No, I have no problem with doing what you can to get ahead in life. When you're talking about actually making the country worse off and possibly causing racial tension that will lead to death, yeah, I have a problem with that.
So you would add on to your broad principle, if you're causing some kind of harm to the generalized community that you're operating within, it would then be a bad thing.
The general community you're operating in, no, to society as a whole.
So it would have to damage all of society for you to have an issue with it.
Give me another example. We'll take them one by one.
Well, the issue at hand is your principle, not the particular examples that I can come up with, right?
No. The principle is society as a whole being damaged. So give me another one that would damage society. So tell me how Booby Fett hurts society as a whole.
I never said she did. It was your principle, not mine.
And when I explained the rest of it, and you went back. So let's do this. Let's do it. You brought this up, so let's do it. Give me another example where it's going to fuck up society as a whole.
Oh my God! Stop talking over each other.
Well,
Guys,
I'm just trying to
stop the dick fighting, okay?
The dick fighting.
No,
hell.
keep that up. Just don't talk over each other.
I think there's a lot of consistency in my position. I never said that you said that they should be stopped from doing it, but I never said that should ever happen. I said, you should tell the guy, don't give your money that filthy thought, in the same way I say turn off Van Jones. Like, it's like, that doesn't mean I think anything bad should happen to him. Like you said, I agree with you. No, Van Jones and every other race hustler out there, Don Lemon, all of them shouldn't be arrested for it. Or
now I'm picturing Don Lemon dressed like Wonder Woman. Thanks, Polly.
I'm having trouble seeing how Van Jones going out there and trying to cause racial tension that literally could get people killed, literally has gotten people killed, has anything to do with because look, by that principle, look, I said go out there and do whatever you can. That would mean go out and rob banks. That's absolutely not even close to what I'm talking about.
No. You know what? I think
use your talents.
I think we need to revisit this thing as it progressed, because you've really locked onto this damaged society as a whole. I was asking, are you including that? Are you including that upon your principle? I simply asked you, are you going to have this as a broad-based principle? You said, yes, that's it. Yes, that's it.
Let's take the broad-based principle.
Hold on.
If somebody is good at robbing banks, that's their talent. Are you thinking that that's what I'm saying, is that they should go out and rob banks? Is that your position, that you think that's what I'm saying?
I just lost all interest in this discussion because you goddamn well know it's not. So I'm bored now. Fuck it.
Yeah. Thank you, Havoc. Ladies, you're both pretty. No need to argue. Of course, we're both pretty.
No, you're not.
No, actually, we are. I've seen him, and I know I'm pretty. So that's just fact. That's science.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Snub, who says cosplay don't consider what they do sexual objectification monkey. That's where a lot of disconnect comes from. They do identity politics and gatekeeping. That's an awful broad painting of them.
Not really, because now they have signs that the cosplay is not consent, which used to mean that you couldn't go hug them. Now you can't take pictures of them without their permission, and in a lot of cases, you can't even talk to them or go up to them without talking to a handler first.
And that's all of them. And I don't. Explain the gatekeeping part there.
There's different types of cosplay. Okay, you've got your professionals that have like their own booth. And they demand payment for autographs, pictures, just like a celebrity would. But then you've also got ones, your average person that's not a professional just walks around the area.
Yes.
Well, the professionals don't like that, so they will exclude other cosplayers from certain events because they have the pull to do that. They have enough following that they can say only professionals can cosplay at this event. Not to mention how they act on the internet. You get people kicked off Twitter all the time, that sort of thing. So,
and again, is that that's why I said broad brush. Is that all of them? Because I've seen others who aren't like that.
Well, no, but there's enough of them that do that it's creating a problem. Because if they can control what other people are doing. That's an issue. Like a lot of fans like to dress up, and they're usually your butter whales, but they like to dress up as their favorite characters to go to cons. Well, now they're being prevented from doing that because of these internet thoughts that are professionals getting paid for it. And that's detracting from the enjoyment of the convention, which is supposed to be about comic books or in some cases anime. Why are normal people being affected by something that a very select few people want to do? Because in the old days, models were hired, professional models were hired to dress like characters to promote a specific book at a booth. And then they started letting other people dress up, like normal people were allowed to dress up and come to conventions. Well, now some of these thoughts have gotten it in their head that they can control who can and can't go because they're special in their minds, and they're preventing the normal people from dressing up, and they're putting restrictions on what you can do at the convention. Like, you want to take pictures of a crowd. Well, if a cosplayer's in there, no, that's not okay. And they'll come after you for that. They'll take your pictures down off the internet by copyright claiming them, that sort of that thing. Even if it's not legitimate, they still try it. That's what a lot of the issue is that they've created a caste system where some people are better than others, and they have say over what the lessers and the uggos can do.
And that is fair. Saying they can't be there because they're showing titties and that's somehow detrimental to the convention itself, that I have a problem with. That's where my objection comes in. That because they're using their sexuality to get themselves attention, dressing up as a character they may not even know the name of, I don't really have a problem with that. If you're talking that, okay, now nobody can dress like that, that's a whole different issue.
Well, that's the situation that a lot of people are finding themselves in, is that they're saying, well, you can't, they're gatekeeping in that respect. Plus on Twitter, they're getting other people banned and booted for objecting to what they're doing, that sort of thing. So there is gatekeeping there, and it's becoming a lot worse. It's been pretty bad the last 3 or 4 years. So that's what a lot of people are complaining about. It's not that they're pretty girls. That's not the complaint. The complaint is that they're detracting from the event that people are trying to enjoy. And it's done in several ways. It's not just that they're e-thoughts. They're causing problems at conventions, and a lot of conventions are becoming more about cosplayers than they are about the actual subject of the event. So they're insisting on having their own panels and their own catwalk things, and it's detracting and taking up limited space from the purpose of the event.
But I don't understand why anybody follows cosplayers. The same way I don't understand why people throw money at a cam girl when you can get porn free on the internet.
Dude, you got me.
I know some of these women have huge followings that people actually go to the events for them. And I don't understand that. With the gatekeeping you're describing, I wouldn't support something like that. But just the cosplay in general, I have no problem with. I just don't understand why people like it. I don't get it. Some of the costumes they make are really cool. The WoW events that they have where they have the people dress up and they actually have a costume competition for them. Some of the things that they make are just fucking amazing looking. Ebony says same reason why some people follow models. I don't get that either.
It's not stalking, Ebony. I'm just saying that it's fandom. For the record, my lawyer makes me say that.
Yeah, he's been ordered by the court. I've never understood that. It's not something I get. It's the same with actors in movies where people they have to go see all of the movies by their favorite actor. I don't get that. You realize it's not the same movie as what they were in last time, right? But that's how Hollywood hires actors, right? Who's going to put butts in the seat? Does that make him the best actor for that role? What's that movie that there's that series now that Tom Cruise is in where he plays the the little badass.
Mission Impossible?
No, not that one. The other one.
The Smurfs?
It's kind of like, it's almost like a Jason Bourne, but it's not.
Jack Reacher?
Yeah, Jack Reacher. He would not be somebody I would put in that role because he's like 4 feet tall. I would put somebody more like Thor in that role. Not necessarily him, but somebody built like him, tall guy. But they're like, what's going to get people to come watch? Tom Cruise. Asian hippie said Rain Man. No. But no, that's how they do it in what's going to get people in the seats. And I've never understood people who follow actors that way. And I know I'm not judging them. I just don't understand. Because
for the record, I do not follow actors. I just happen to be going the same direction they are. It's totally coincidental. I did not violate anything, Your Honor. Thank you. Okay.
He was just headed to the grocery store. He told me he was going there before he left.
Yeah, I went out for cigarettes 20 years ago. Still haven't found them.
Do you guys? Is there any actor that you guys watch that, any that you watch that everything they're in you'll go see, at least give it a chance?
No.
Badger, Polly?
No.
If it's a certain kind of movie, yeah. I mean, I went and saw. Was it Revenant on a strength that Leonardo DiCaprio was in it, and I understood it was a quasi-western like Mountain Man, whatever. It turned out to suck. It was. Oh, yeah. I was incredibly disappointed, and I know lots of people loved it, but I don't get why. Because what's his name totally outshined him in the whole film. And
really, I heard that was good for some reason.
I mean, it's beautifully shot. Like, there's no question the director and the cinematographer. I mean, that's why they hired them, because they had won the Oscar from the year before. And it was like that whole movie was put together to give Leonardo DiCaprio an Oscar, which he got. Right. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'll go see Leonardo DiCaprio in most films that he's in, because I really dig him in certain roles. If I knew it was a romance film, no, fuck it, I'm not going to go watch it.
Oh, boring. No.
Yeah.
Is it the romance between him and that bear that he banged?
No, the bear banged him.
Oh.
At least the way I understood it. No, I've never. For me, it's always been what the movie is, and there's oftentimes I don't even realize who's in the fucking movie till I sit down to watch it. I need a good trailer. That's what sucks me in. I'm Polly, Jack. You guys might be more. What about directors? Are there directors that you're like, okay, this is a new movie, I'm going to go see it?
Yeah, Scorsese. I'll give pretty much anything he does a chance.
Fair enough.
Michael Mann as well.
Michael Mann, what's he done?
Okay, well, he did Heat. He did Collateral.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, Heat's a good movie. See, none of these things are things that I set out for. I usually listen to the premise of the movie, and then they say, well, this guy's in it. Oh, okay. Well, that adds to it. It's a selling point.
Yes, exactly.
But it's not, usually for me, it's not strictly that one person that I go to see. Like, I do tend to enjoy certain people's work more, but I've seen crappy movies from pretty much everybody.
Yeah, for me, the closest I come is maybe Harrison Ford.
Really?
Yeah, I love Harrison Ford. Indiana Jones, when I was little, had a very and at the same time, Han Solo, very big impact on me. So he always gets kind of a pass, but I don't go see him because it's him. It's just like, cool, he's in that movie. When I asked about directors, somebody said Tarantino. I could kind of see that. The closest I come with directors is Oliver Stone.
Yeah. No, good call. I think Oliver Stone's a great director. He's crazy with his politics, but he's a great fucking director. He's
a wonderful storyteller, though. Yeah. But then there are, of course, like anyone else, he has shit movies too. Nixon was garbage, man.
But a fucking political intrigue movie and a personal story of Nixon, that's not really who he was. Like I said, he's crazy, but he's a great dramatist. Yes. It's a very compelling story, and you end up walking away from it with feeling bad for Nixon, right? It's like the same way you walk away from JFK thinking, oh my God, the CIA killed him.
They all got him. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a great storyteller. He gets you on, like me. Platoon has that same energy. Jesus Christ, you feel good. You feel behind Mickey and Mallory by the end of Natural Born Killers.
The only one of his I haven't rewatched was Nixon, and I don't know what it was about that movie because he did so many good scenes in that movie. The scene with Nixon at the Lincoln Memorial, that was just like,
that was great. You can't stop it, can you? Yeah, it was powerful. I mean, that actually happened, but not that not the particular words of that discussion. And what a great way to use it in historical fiction. You know, it was it was really well done.
Was Nixon the one about the two bubblehead girls that hung out at the White House?
Yes.
Okay.
What? Bubblehead girls? What are you talking about?
Yeah, oh, no, that was called Dick. Never mind. That was a different movie altogether. I was like, man, they really liked that movie. That was weird.
You know what was a well shot but ultimately disappointing film was his film on Edward Snowden. I don't even remember what it's called. Maybe just Snowden.
I think it was just Snowden, wasn't it? Or I haven't seen that one.
It's worth a watch if you're a fan of Oliver Stone's stuff because it looks very much like an Oliver Stone film, but I don't know. It lacks that really heavy audience engagement. I don't know how to describe it.
This is what I was talking about why I don't necessarily just go see him is because I know he directed that one and it's probably a decent Oliver Stone movie, but I'm not that interested in Snowden. Who was it? Where's that at? Hayden says Nixon is a very long movie, Monkey, but I really like it. You want a really long movie? Watch the uncut version of JFK. Holy fuck.
Yeah, and it's worth everything they rescued from the cutting room floor. It's a mission to get through, but fuck, it's worth it.
What is that? 3.5?
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah. Good movie though. I've watched that one several times.
Especially the whole Louisiana setting. How can you not love that of New Orleans and everything? And everybody and their mothers in it. That's the
no shit. Part. Yeah. Everybody in Hollywood was in that fucking movie. I am a fan of Costner's. Costner is somebody I'll watch most of what he does.
But again, he's made some really bad choices and taken some really hard hits to his reputation. I think, in my opinion, undeserved. Like I still really enjoy watching Kevin Costner in a good, mind you, good movie. Yeah, Waterworld was terrible and Postman was terrible. Yeah, everybody, Really? You like him, Jack?
Yeah, they're guilty pleasures. I thought Waterworld had a really cool premise, but yeah, if they're on TV, I'll turn them on. I think I own a copy of Waterworld. Somebody gave it to me as a joke.
You know what the part about Waterworld I dislike the most? What's the actor, the guy who plays the villain, the head of the smokers? What's his name?
Oh,
fuck. One half Easy Rider there. What's his name?
Yeah. I don't remember his name.
Somebody in chat will tell us.
Yeah, he was the crazy photographer guy that was hanging out with Colonel Kurtz in Apocalypse Now. What the fuck?
Prospero says, I love No Way Out. No Way Out was great. Dennis Hopper, thank you.
Yeah. Dennis Hopper. Yeah,
I really don't like Dennis Hopper. That's just me.
What? He's cringy as fuck.
Yeah, he's a great B-movie actor. Watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. No. He's awesome in that. There's a chainsaw sword fight. It's amazing.
He's a little weasel.
Yeah, that's what makes him great.
No, that's what makes it where I can't watch him.
The thing that I really loved him in is, like I said, was Colonel Kurtz, the photographer. He's so memorable with that because he plays a little weasel. He's just being himself, and he's perfect. Yeah. To be like a little brain dead scumbag follower. It was awesome.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. He's one of now. There are actors where I can't watch a movie if they're in it. Hopper's probably the closest I can think of just off the top of my head, but there's others. It's like no. Hopper was Kumba in Mario Brothers. Yep. Such a great movie to have on your resume. That movie was so bad it killed Bob Hopkins.
You know, I said I really like Michael Mann, and I watched White Hat on the strength that he was the director. So White Hat, Black Hat, Hackers. That's
the one with Chris Hemsworth.
It is. And what a massive piece of miscasting. It's not that I think Chris Hemsworth is a bad actor. It's just this massive muscle-bound guy playing a computer tech nerd neckbeard. Really? Did he take breaks between his 5-hour sessions at the gym to learn how to hack? It's not just that he's muscle-bound. He was really uncredible for that role. It was just bad casting.
Yeah, they should have got Kevin Smith for that part. in his fat days.
Shroom wants to know if you liked Hopper and Speed, Polly.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that movie in forever and a day. Like, you could convince me that I only saw the trailer. It's been so long, so I would be a bad judge of that film.
See, I think people take him way too seriously as an actor. He's one of those actors like from the 80s that's just over the top bad, but that's what makes him entertaining. So he's not typically in movies that are like super serious. You know, he's in fun movies.
Oh, Sabian says Gods and Generals was a slog. I watched it in theaters and it was like 6+ hours long.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, but it gets a pass because Gods and Generals was awesome.
Dude, you ever have insomnia? Turn on Gods and Generals. You'll learn a little bit about the Civil War and learn a lot about the inside of your eyelids.
I mean, you guys got to have films like that, or TV shows for that matter, where it's like, oh, I love it, and I totally get why no one else would. Like, it's
right.
I'm not going to tell you to like it because it's a particular flavor, you know.
RJ just asked if Shoe on Head is here. I don't know. I haven't seen her say anything.
You said Shroom. You were talking about Shroom. It sounded like you said Shoe.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, Shroom. I need to enunciate better.
Just the way you said it, you're a little too casual and sounded like Shoe.
Mikey, you sounded like Joe Biden.
Yeah, you gotta go sniff some more hair to get away.
The hair on the top of my head is nice and full. Snub asks if you've ever seen Blue Velvet, Polly. He said it's the weirdest role for Hopper.
I don't. I'm completely unaware of it. Never heard of it.
Dude, you've never seen Blue Velvet?
Look, no. I've never seen it, but I've at least heard of it. Yeah, that was a big movie there for a long time.
Yeah, it's super weird. It's a David Lynch film.
I know that would explain a lot of why I.
It's a pretty surreal movie. It's worth checking out. And it does Hopper in Less Than Zero. Yeah, Evil One.
You know what I hate about TV shows? When they do the dream episodes.
Oh, God, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, they always, for individual sequences to visually demonstrate the anxiety someone's feeling or whatever. But when it's the whole fucking episode or something, they did like 4 full dream episodes on The Sopranos over its 6 seasons. And every one of them was just a fucking waste.
Well, they are.
And David Lynch strikes me as he makes films that are one giant dream episode where it's like, you know, the film was a Fire Walk with Me, Jack.
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, the whole Twin Peaks thing. Oh, fuck that, man. Too weird, too ethereal, too gossamer.
That show was fun.
Gossamer, huh? How about that one, Jack?
Dude, you've been drinking and you're dusting off like half the audience is going to need a thesaurus.
Gossamer, thin tendrils of barely
tendrils. Come on, wait, you gonna talk about ether for surgeries now?
Fuck, Lynch is weird. I don't know if I can say I've seen a David Lynch movie.
He was gonna make whatchamacallit, a Dune. Can you imagine? Like, Dune wasn't weird enough.
Well, I'd have watched it.
Was he gonna make an Aliens Doom? Or going to use the demons? That I still can't believe they did that with Doom.
No, Dune.
Oh, Dune. Oh, with an N. You're not enunciating.
Dune
says the guy who just got mistaken for saying.
That's why I said it, so it's not just me. Fuck you. I'm trying to have somebody down here with me. Patrick Stewart was in Dune.
That had a great cast.
Wait a minute. Prospero says he made Dune in all caps. I thought De Laurentiis directed.
No,
Dune.
David Lynch did.
Oh,
okay. Well, that had Madsen in it and Brad Dourif.
At peak hotness, it had Madsen in it. Hell yeah. Too bad she was only in that opening credit sequence with her head floating in space, giving the intro.
Whatever, right? Something to do. And it had Cal MacLachlan. He's a good actor. Who's kind of creepy looking?
The guy from Showgirls? No.
People are giving me shit for not hearing Dune, and they say they heard it. Look, I'm tired. It's
5 in the morning.
5 in the morning. I've been streaming since 9. Y'all, give me a break here.
Have you guys seen Showgirls?
Yeah,
I've only seen parts of Showgirls.
Oh, it's worth watching. There are parts of it that are just inexplicably bad. Like, what the fuck were you thinking?
It's a fun bad movie.
Yes, it is. absolutely, and I'm encouraging you to watch it to just see how bad can get. It's up there with The Room, in my opinion. It is awful. It's fantastic.
Dune is kind of like that way too. Like the knife fight scene is really cool because Sting is super creepy in that. He looks like a strung out meth head. That movie has some awesome visuals, but it makes no damn sense. Like, you will not understand the premise of the book Dune at all. You're just like, there's some kind of spice thing. This guy's got glowing blue eyes. That ship looks really cool. There's a fat dude that's really gross. You'll have no idea what's going on, but it's a fun movie for some reason, especially if you're on a lot of drugs, from what I hear.
As for Showgirls, the only thing that because I know I've seen bits and pieces of it, on TV here and there, but the box art, oh my God, that was beautiful.
The girl stepping out from behind the curtain, sort of
Elizabeth, what's her name? Yeah.
Elizabeth Berkley. Yeah, you can see her boobs in it.
Repeatedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was hot, man. I always liked her on Saved by the Bell. And then she steps out all naked, like, oh.
Yeah, I still think Kelly Kapowski was the hottest one on that show.
She was. What the hell was, I forget her name? Jessie on the show. She had that, I'll fuck her if I can't have Kelly look to her. That's why Slater went with her.
Ah, she was such a bitch, though.
I like bitchy women.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. It's too much work.
Monkey, how did you end up with Lady Monkey then?
How many times I got to tell you all this? She is mean as fuck to me.
Maybe it's you because he's not.
So
she's not mean to anyone else.
This ex-girlfriend was really into Beverly Hills 90210. She had the complete series on DVD.
Oh God, yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah, and she's like, "So you're gonna watch this with me?" And I said, so here's the deal we struck. One, you have to put up with my constant running commentary. And when it's happening, you can't pause it for me to make a comment and then start it over again. We're not going to watch this in silence. I have to be able to make fun of what I'm watching. And then two, we'll start when Tiffany Amber Thiessen is in it, because I understood that she was in it, but she only came in like halfway through, and I thought that was a way of mitigating the pain. Well, at least I would get like the hot girl and halfway through, and it turns out it was less than halfway through, so I kind of missed my guess there. But it was like whatever season 2, 3, or 4 that she showed up in, and oh God, that it was truly episodic television that somehow still had story arcs. Like everything was reset to 0 at the end of the episode, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the whole season, it's like, this girl's going to be a cocaine addict. And they tried handling like this edgy topic edgily, but failed completely because it's Beverly Hills 90210. And what's her name? Went from being Valerie was her name in the show, went from being this bad girl at the beginning who's like totally putting on this fake front when she's like smoking weed up in her fucking bedroom, hanging out with what's her name? The Walshes. See, I was forced to watch this. This is the same reason I know so many details from all 5 Twilight films. Same girl.
Hold that thought real quick. Thank you, Havoc. I can think of several movies that are good on drugs. Pink Floyd's The Wall is one. I've heard that. I don't think I've ever watched The Wall. And over on Streamlabs, thank you, the fourth, who says, you guys want a shit movie? Watch Antichrist. The opening shot is a black and white close-up of Willem Dafoe's testicles in the shower. I'm going to skip that one.
Is that why Martin Scorsese picked him to play Jesus in The Last Temptation of Christ?
Oh, God. Okay. For a Scorsese movie, there's one I could not stand.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think I like Christ movies, I think is the problem.
I thought that movie was boring.
Yeah. We used to look, my mom was kind of religious, so we used to have to watch all of the, biblical movies, and I think that just kind of ruined them for me. And I watched that one when I was, how was it? Maybe 15 or so. And yeah, I was like, I don't like this.
I don't expect anyone to like that movie. I think it's fucking brilliant, inspired.
Oh, lots of people loved it back in the day. It was also a big controversy, though.
Yeah,
at the time.
Yeah, I guess I could understand why. I mean, it's pretty true to the book it's based on, and the opening, not credits, the opening text couldn't make it any more clear. This is not about this is an exploration of my faith, and to understand what it means for me, and if you're interested here, we're going to go on the journey together. And Scorsese, raised Catholic, wanted to do it in the same way, and I want to put it to film. So it's flipping every character on its head. Judas is not the betrayer. Judas is the strong, brave one who's full of intent and integrity. Jesus is the coward hiding, and Judas has to tell him to stand up and fight. And it's like, really? Like, it's such an, like I said, every motivation gets flipped on its head. Every character is the opposite. And what happens at the end of the movie, everyone misses it. It still all ends up the same way. That's the point. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can see some people seeing that as, I'm not interested in a religious theological philosophy film. Yeah, don't watch that shit then, man. Don't stay the fuck away.
It was seen as blasphemy, just straight blasphemy. And
that's close-minded and weak. Like, it ended up with the faith being exactly what you practice it as. What's the problem? The point is, if we turn everything around and make Jesus a coward, is it still worthwhile? And the author's answer was yes. So then what's your fucking problem?
Well, you also have to consider the time period it came out, and this was what, mid 80s?
Yeah, it was in the 80s.
Yeah. So we're still talking a bit more puritanical than we are these days.
Yeah.
That was right in the midst of like the record label stories and like the Satanic Panic and all that shit.
Thank you, James Colley, who says Vag must have been great to subject to that, Polly.
Oh yeah, somebody said that girl must have been. She was hot. Somebody had already mentioned that, but I disagree with Prospero's assertion that it made me gay. I don't think so. you would have to see the list of films that I subjected her to. Trust me, I put her through more pain than she put me through.
All right, I'll watch this, but you got to watch Seed People, and then we're gonna watch Cat People, and then we're gonna watch all 3 Evil Bong movies.
Several people have mentioned Jesus Christ Superstar, and somebody asked me if I was, so none of that for me. No, I've never seen that, and it's one. I think watching that shit as a kid just turned me off of it.
What is it? I've heard of it a million. It's a musical, right?
Yeah.
Is it like, I don't know anything about it. I just hear it mentioned all the fucking time. I've never seen it, not even a clip of it or a trailer or nothing.
I dated a fundamentalist Baptist for like a very short time, I assure you. Her parents did not like me.
Was she Asian?
No, sadly. Oh, that'd been great. She really liked Jesus Christ Superstar, and we saw it as a stage play, and I had to see the movie. Stage play is much better done for musical numbers. If you're into musicals, get the stage play soundtrack. Music is much better done. I don't really like musicals, but I could tell that. So if you're going to watch it, watch the stage play version.
It's almost always like that because it's like when they take books or anything else and they turn it into a movie, they just fuck it up. Just do what's on the fucking the shot sheet. It's right there for you.
Right? But they never do.
No, they don't. They like to add songs.
Yeah. That creepy version of Cats that's coming out. That looks awful.
Look, these things are done literally on a stage where maybe you have 5 or 6 set changes, maybe that many. But somehow when it becomes a movie, it's shot like all over the whole fucking country. They've got shots here and there. And, oh God, I fucking hate it. And when it comes to musicals, they just completely fuck it up. So how in the hell can you not know Jesus Christ Superstar? Because not everyone is old. Not everybody's as old as us, Prospero.
I watch a lot. I mean, a lot of things escape my attention. I mean, like I said, I only saw Jaws for the first time like 2 years ago. Halloween for the first time. Remember, I told you I went on that
your life makes me sad.
Well, but that was the point. I've heard of a whole bunch of movies a million times. I want to go see these former blockbusters, these classics, these things that everybody talks about. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just they never came up on TV or whatever the fuck when I was a kid. I never thought to watch them on Netflix. It's like, fuck it. I'm going to make myself up a little list and watch these motherfuckers here. Most of them were worth their hype. That was interesting. I thought I was going to like walk away Mr. Cynical, like, fuck this. I'm like, no, I get Jaws. That was tense as fuck, man. It was cool.
Oh, yeah.
It's great,
Halloween, I get how that kicked off a slasher genre or amplified it to the point where it was copied in a bunch of ways. It's like, fuck yeah, man. That movie was tense as fuck. yeah, there was a lot of great ones in there. But no, Jesus Christ Superstar was never on the list. It probably should have been.
James says Hair was a great musical. It was. I mean, the music from Hair is awesome, but the movie could have been. It's just stick with the stage plays. I'm not surprised.
Grease. Speaking of musicals,
oh God, that is such a much better play than it is movie.
Yeah. There's one exception to this, and that's the rendition of Phantom of the Opera that's on cinema called Phantom of the Paradise. That is a cinema masterpiece.
See, I'm not really surprised Jesus Christ Superstar didn't come up on your radar, Polly. There's a lot of those movies that people, from the 80s have heard of that weren't like huge blockbusters, but everybody had heard of them. And I'm pretty Jesus Christ Superstar wasn't like huge blockbuster, was it? Not to my memory.
God, for the sheer amount of times that I've heard about it, I would have thought it was. You know what I mean?
Right, but no, it's just because everybody's heard of it. Yeah, I've never seen it, so I probably never will. Would Disney movies count as musicals? Technically, yes. Well, not all of them. Isn't there one that doesn't have singing? Probably not the new Mulan, but all the others, they're musicals.
Everybody kept trying to fucking push Disney films on me. Like when I was like, what are the movies I haven't seen? What are the big, ones everybody talks about? Had big influence. That was the thing. Like, what are the ones that had big impact? I had never seen Citizen Kane. That was one of them.
God, that movie's a slog.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I thought it was. Movie.
And it's like one of my friends said, like Citizen Kane. He's like, of course you've seen Casablanca, right? Because I'm a huge Bogart fan. So it's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I've seen Casablanca. But that's where you've seen Godfather repeatedly because that's like usually number 3 on the top 100 American films of all time, sort of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the what was the one that I was thinking of that? Damn it, I forgot where I was going with that. Damn bourbon.
Yeah, blame the bourbon.
It's bourbon and the time, man. I'm gonna have to wrap up here real soon. I am falling out fast, you guys.
Have you guys seen The Aviator?
No.
With the Leonardo the Big Head.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good movie. I thought I was going to hate it.
It was, and when I went to watch J. Edgar, I was expecting it to be on that level. Oh my God, it wasn't even close. Whew. J. Edgar was.
I'm glad I didn't know.
Oh, it's awful. You could tell the difference between having Scorsese as the director and not. Sweet Jesus.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. I took both of my medicines a little while ago, and I'm getting like super fucking sleepy here. Chat, guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us as you always do. You're amazing, and we love you. And I don't just say that as a platitude. I really do appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with us every night. And thank you so much for the donations. I wasn't kidding earlier. You pay for my medicine and my ramen, both of which I'm very appreciative for. Let's see. Let's start with Badger tonight. Anything you want to show?
As always, pretty much just my Twitter at BadgermanTTV. I'm going to try to find the link one sec. There we go. It's in the chat. That's about it.
Okay, and Polly, anything you want to show?
Just you know what? You gave me an idea. I'll put my Twitter handle in there as well. My channel, I will put there as well as my Twitter handle, where Jack and Quiz and myself do comic book curation every Wednesday. Come on by and listen to us do our thing. It's a good time. Ah, shit! It didn't fucking hyperlink again. Goddamn that shit. I think it's because I put an extra space in there after the backslash.
You didn't put the HTTP in there either.
Oh, really? That's part of it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll do it again. Yeah, anyway, come on by. We talk about comic books. It's a good time. Fuck yeah.
And Jack, anything you want to show?
I want to thank everybody for the donations. And go check out this video I found about the treasure of Dutch Schultz. He was a gangster in the 20s. It's pretty interesting stuff. And give money to Monkey on Patreon.
And buy shirts. There was somebody today who over on my game stream, they're like, I want to donate to you, but I don't trust Streamlabs because, they have problems sometimes, which I've never heard about. But I'm like, you know what? You could buy a shirt, get something nice for yourself. And they went and bought a shirt. So
nice.
There's always that. That's down below as well.
And why did he change his name to Dutch Schultz, you ask? Because no one's going to be scared of a guy named Arthur Flegenheimer.
Was that his
I don't
real
know.
name?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He made the right call.
Go with Dutch Schultz in every time in that situation. Fuck.
Although that would make an interesting musical. Flagenheimer's Gold. Flagenheimer's Gold. I could just picture, somebody dancing right now.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm so sad. Tonight is Saturday, right?
No,
yeah.
sure.
It's Saturday. We're on my channel tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern time for some Lords of the Night, and then we'll be over on Two Sons Plus playing some more No Man's Sky. I don't know what we're giving out tonight. We'll give out something, so come hang out for a chance to win a game. I would like to thank guys. Seriously, thank you for watching. Polly, Jack, Badger, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. Everybody, have a wonderful Saturday, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Laters.
Dear sweet Jesus.